Yo, welcome. Hello, chat. Hello. Welcome. Yo. Welcome to the start of part 2, where supposedly everything's gonna go down. Welcome. Late again. There's no dynasty in chat to keep track, so we're chilling. You forgot to start the stream on phone, really? Welcome. Yeah, hello chat. Hello. We don't have much else to say. I've been farming the Valentines for a bit. I guess let's do the daily poll. I really want more of the Valentine Cs because I don't have an MLB one. I only have 2 of them. So I would be down for like 3 here. Yeah, or that. Yeah, what's up guys? What's up? I've been able to pretty decently farm this event. I've been able to 3-turn it most turns, unless I guess I get like really unlucky. Whoa. Whoa. It says chat disconnected, successfully reconnect, or successfully connected. I don't know what happened there, but that's my first time seeing that. Hopefully we don't have any internet issues today. But welcome guys. Welcome. Yeah, this team with Castoria here, support Castoria, has been pretty reliably returning the event, the 90++ node. The only caveat is I need Wood Zetian in the final node to actually either debuff or attack my Bazet. If she uses her buff skill, the run's over. The run is over. It's a 4-turn. But if she uses either a debuff or on attack on Bazet, it's a 3-turn. Mango does most of the damage. What's up, everyone? Thoughts on Richard? He looks cool. I haven't seen his animations though yet. We're gonna check that out today. Both Andromeda and Richard. We need to check out those animations. So, and play the 90+ and 90++ yet? It's not that. Why is my chat disconnecting? Is anything happening to you guys? Because this is my first time seeing it. Unless it's a new feature from YouTube. It's my first time seeing it. It just pops up. Chat disconnected. Successfully connected. Give me your luck for him since you ain't rolling. Nah? Okay. Because my internet also looks stable. Anyways, doesn't matter. Hopefully the internet isn't gonna be having issues today. Hopefully it isn't gonna be having any issues at any point. So let's just go right into this. I think we have so many boss fights in this. Let me open up the thingy, the document for it, the docky. Yo, it's been a while. Okay, oh my goodness gracious. Oh my god. This is like more bosses than all of the other last bouts combined. Jesus Christ. Is it every single one? 12, 13, 14, 15. No bosses in X16. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 24. No bosses in 22 and 23 as well. Wow. It's a wild Luna. Welcome. Ugh. Yo, welcome, gents. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Probably a YouTube problem. I'm down. Let's go. Extra from the deck. Da Vinci Stefan's back. Thanks, Marine. Let Tiffan rest in her cage until we're done writing a response. Scans for hazardous substances and contaminants are clear. It's a report from Da Vinci. Detector music, Holmes, if you would. Very well, let's take a look. I see. Oh, fascinating. He's desperately trying to see. Head of the fairy clans, Calamities, a mysterious fairy horse who goes by Regabit. Yes, this report has proven to be yet another scintillating array of tidbits. Care to read it yourself, Gordolf? Yes, of course. I'm Keldia's director, after all. It's my job to stay abreast of all the latest developments. If you all pipe down, Captain, Marines, and Poafu. I swear his name gets worse every single time. Read it out loud so you can follow along. Yo, Zeno, what's up? Oh, I didn't notice you earlier. Welcome, welcome. Alright, to start off, let's go over what we know about Fairy Britain thus far. Okay, a recap. I'm guessing there was some time in between part 1 and part 2. Fairy Britain, aka the 6th Last Vault, is a dangerous place where no electronic devices can function. Delivermed, Keldia's resident master and special investigations officer. This is special, yeah. His exclusive servant, Mesh Kyrielite. What's up, Arnold? Our technical advisor, Leonardo da Vinci, and Tristan, a servant who was summoned out of nowhere. We'll set foot in Britain together. However, upon entering the Fey domain known as the Nameless Woods... What did I miss? Nothing! Welcome, welcome. We just started, like, a minute ago. They forgot their own names and memories and ended up separated. No, it's fine, it's fine. Delivermed awoke in the village of Cornwall, where he made contact with a local fairy, Arturia Kester, who would come to aid Keldia in our mission. Thanks to her and Tristan, Delivermed escaped from the Nameless Woods, where he then met another collaborator by the name of Oberon the Fairy King, and began his investigation in earnest. It's gonna be a recap for all of us. After uniting with Da Vinci, because it's been a few days, you know, Delivermed began gathering information on Fairy Britain with a focus on anything that might lead them to Mesh Kyrielite. This last Belt's king is Morgan, a fairy who's been ruling for the past 2000 years. The fairies who populated are divided into 6 clans, and they also control the human population. 2 weeks after part 1. And there are creatures also known as Moors, who are the fairies' natural predators. There are also Tamlin, fairy knights, who possess the names of heroic spirits from proper human history. There was literally no need for this, yeah. There are calamities that occur every 100 years, and great calamities that occur every 1000. And there's a figure called the Child of Prophecy who's said to be the one who'll defeat Morgan. After undertaking a pilgrimage to ring 6 bells, kept by each heads of the 6 clans, she'll then go on to defeat Morgan and become the true king of Britain. Naturally, as you can imagine, Delivermed would never let her do something like that on her own. So he proposed a partnership with Arturia Kester without even waiting for my orders. So now, we're obliged to lend the Child of Prophecy our full support in order to defeat our common enemy, Morgan. In the time since our last report, Delivermed's team met with Aurora, the head of the Wind Clan, had a run-in with Tamlin Gawain at a ranch for keeping humans. Yes. Fought Tamlin Tristan at an auction house, where they also rescued Senji Muramasa, a servant disciple of the foreign god. Met with Miriam, the head of the Wind Clan, encountered Koetskaya in yet another new outfit. Important details. I had another local fairy by the name of Gareth, and a mysterious fey horse called Rajobit joined their team. After a series of adventures, including a battle against the JK in the River of Tears, Delivermed's team finally arrived in the city of Norwich. There, who should they encounter but Mesh Kyrielite, whom the local fairies believe to be the Child of Prophecy? No matter how many times I repeat this part, it still doesn't make sense to me. How did Kyrielite come to be known as the Child of Prophecy? And what in the world is a habitat? If only this report could respond to questions. But since it can't, we'll just have to use our imaginations to fill in the gaps. I'm guessing Kyrielite had her own share of troubles after escaping the Nameless Woods. At one point, she probably ended up saving some people. Fairies, up in the northern part of Britain, which probably led them to regard her as a hero. At any rate, the report also says that Delivermed's team made contact with a crypter, Peperoncino, who had been laying low in Norwich. After numerous mishaps, the calamity on Norwich finally appeared. Fortunately, with Chaldea's help, the Child of Prophecy was able to defeat this calamity. However, shortly after Mash Kirillite had finally been reunited with Delivery Mat, she was whisked away to parts unknown by a mysterious phenomenon separating her from Delivery Mat once again. But there's no time to grieve this unfortunate turn of events. A certain Delivery Mat would agree. But you see, in a surprising turn of events, he and Arturia were invited to Camelot, home of King Arthur in proper human history and location of the evil castle in Fairy Britain, by High Queen Morgan herself. Oh yeah. The very Morgan who possesses Rongominiad, a powerful spell that could be used to fight the foreign god, and one of our main objectives in coming to this last spot in the first place. Now, Delivery Mat, Da Vinci, Arturia, Gareth, Muramasa, and Happy Cat have accepted Morgan's invitation and are setting out for Camelot first thing tomorrow. I did forget the detail at the very end that we were invited there, so maybe I did need this reminder here. And that's all she wrote. Now, do you all feel sufficiently caught up? Yeah, we got most of that. Thanks. Okay, we're gonna head back to our post now. Okay. Looks like things are pretty crazy out there again. I hope Mesh is okay. Habinyan? That makes sense. Not to worry. Da Vinci's report was quite upbeat, so if nothing else, we can be certain that Mesh is safe. The real problem is this water mirror spell of Morgan's. According to the data enclosed along with the report, it would seem that so those dark clouds over the city of Norwich weren't a calamity pool, but one of Morgan's spells. It's hard to believe she was able to remotely control such a powerful spell from over 100 kilometers away. Between this water mirror and Rogominiad, it's clear she's a powerful enemy on par with any of the other Lost Belt Kings we've seen. I would, yeah, expect so. I'm afraid I don't know much about Morgan's legend. Could I ask you to fill me in? Yeah, let's go, lore time! I only know her story from our human history, but if you're settled for that, then sure. Alright, let's start with her general background. Oh god, you have to tell it? According to British myth, she's the good fairy of the lake. In the legend of King Arthur, she's depicted as an evil witch bent on destroying him. Morgan was the child of the Duke of Tintagel and Lady Icvain, and later became King Arthur's half-sister after her mother married King Uther. But despite the family ties, she grew jealous of him and began plotting all sorts of wickedness to make his life miserable. Wait, really? That's how it is? So she had no King Uther blood in her? I thought that was the entire point, was that she got Uther's powers. Or whatever. And she was jealous of Arturia, who... Uther didn't think that anyone was gonna get his powers anymore, any of his kids are gonna get his powers, that's why he made Arturia, right? Who was gonna be... Because of the dragon blood plus Uther's blood, she's gonna get the powers. But then she got the power. Okay, I'm gonna keep reading. But despite the family ties, she grew jealous of him, began plotting all sorts of wickedness to make his life miserable. Some of her more notable misdeeds include stealing the sacred sword scabbard and seducing Lancelot. But the worst thing she did was trick King Arthur into impregnating her with Mordred, who she later sent to join the Round Table. Okay. Crazy. There were a lot of factors leading to the downfall of King Arthur's kingdom, but Morgan's definitely the one who tipped it over the edge. Paradoxically, there was also someone who believed that... There are also some who believe another side of Morgan was devoted to protecting King Arthur. Those theories claim that Morgan and Vivienne, the Lady of the Lake who gave King Arthur a sacred sword and protected him in death, are in fact the same person. So her lust for power led her to become a femme fatale who ruined an entire nation. So as the Magecraft world's consensus on her, there must be more to her story than what's commonly known. Indeed there is. I went through our database myself after receiving our technical advisor's first report. There was one bombshell right out of the gate, and it relates to her birth. Oh? It turns out Morgan was not actually the Duke of Tintagel's daughter. She was only a pretense. Oh, that was only a pretense. She was actually the child of Lady Ingrain and King Uther. Okay, okay. The rightful king of Britain. Okay, okay, I see. I see what you guys mean by keep reading. Yeah, okay, this is the story that I know. More stunning still, Morgan was never human. Instead, she was a fey child, an offspring of the Isle of Britain, just like Vortigern, the cowardly king. But apparently, Morgan kept the fact secret and pretended to be merely a normal human child. Still, with King Uther as her father, in absence of the rightful heir, she would have been next in line for the throne. Yes. But then, a rightful heir did appear. Yep. Once at Toria, King Arthur was accepted by the Sacred Sword and unified the Lords of Britain under her leadership. Morgan stopped hiding her mystics, that is, the power of her fey nature, and started poisoning Camelot every chance she could. She told herself Artoria is nothing more than a human king, made so by other humans. I'm Britain's true king. I alone deserve to inherit its mystics. This conviction of hers grew to the point that she eventually came to despise her father, King Uther. Her sister, Artoria, and every human who refused to obey her, it was a major factor in her decision to try to destroy Britain. Why did King Arthur's once noble older sister, Morgan, become Camelot's greatest enemy in her later years? Apparently, that's the answer.
Yep, even after she had settled as the Queen of Orkney, she still plotted Camelot's downfall from afar. For the Knights of the Round Table, Gawain, Gaheris, Gareth, and Agravain were Morgan's children. Mordred was, well, I don't know if I should say this without them here. But some experts think they were actually a homunculus Morgan created, or maybe a clone of King Arthur.
Yep.
Particulars like that aside, it sounds pretty clear that she was an enemy of King Arthur. And a witch who tried to destroy all of Britain. So what about the supposed side of her that was focused on keeping King Arthur safe?
An excellent question, Captain. What's up, Kev? There are numerous Arthurian legends, and each of them describes Morgan differently. One claims she was King Arthur's noble sister, another claims that she was the Lady of the Lake, yet another claims she had been a goddess of Britain since ancient times. Needless to say, each claim would seem to rule the others out as a possibility. Yeah. Common sense would dictate that one of those theories is correct, and the others refer to someone else entirely. But I believe that they are, in fact, all true, and Morgan was possessed of three aspects. Wait. Noble sister, Lady of the Lake, Goddess of Britain since ancient times. Given that she was born under supernatural circumstances, I surmised that her human side, her fairy side, and the part of her that was Britain's own avatar all existed simultaneously. But these parts of herself are essentially irreconcilable within a single entity. I suspect each of these aspects became an independent being. What was her human side? Artoria's kind older sister, Morgan. Each of them became an independent being. Another was her fairy side, Vivienne, the Lady of the Lake. Interesting. And the third was the avatar of Britain, Morgan Le Fay. If you assume that to be the case, everything makes sense. The Knights of the Round Table, then, did not bring her to justice because she was both evil and good.
Now I see. Okay, I'm convinced. But hang on, isn't Vivienne another name for Nimue? The fairy who imprisoned Merlin?
Yes, it is. Morgan is both King Arthur's rival and Merlin's greatest enemy. Though Merlin was the one who taught Vivienne magecraft, her infatuation with him eventually led to her despising him and ultimately sealing him away. Understandable. Understandable. spent a bit too much time with Merlin, and you're gonna start to hate him. To do so, she employed a great bonded field in the form of a sarcophagus spell inscribed with the words only those free of sin may pass. As an incubus, not even Merlin could escape it. It was a spell from the Age of Gods known as Garden, which could only be used by the avatar of a mystic. Oh. Okay, that's interesting. Well, it's still unclear how much Slasbelt's Morgan has in common with Morgan from proper human history. It would seem prudent to assume that she has more weapons at her disposal than Rongominiad alone.
Where is the Lion King in Jerusalem? Now it's Morgan in Fairy Britain, huh? I swear, why are we always getting mixed up with Arthurian legends? I mean, I can understand it in this case since we're in Britain now and all, but still. I mean, what are we gonna do if Albion shows up next? I don't think even the Stormborder would have a chance.
Albion. That's what this isle was known as in ancient times, before it came to be known as Britain. Though, of course, that name also refers to something else in the Magecraft world. There, it refers to the last pure-blooded dragon, Albion.
Aha.
An extinct phantasmal who remained on the Isle of Britain even as the Age of Gods came to an end. The creatures we call dragons today are simply animals who happen to acquire some of the dragon genes left behind by the Dragonkin, who went over to the reverse side of the world, and ended up adopting the dragon's way of life while preserving their own. With the exception of Albion's corpse, not a single pure-blooded dragon is left on this entire planet. Yes, that's what they say in the Clock Tower, isn't it? Quite a romantic notion, that. But that's all it is, and Albion is but one in a long list of fairy tales. More importantly, it's now been 28 days since we began this mission. Yeah. I'm sure the Dragon of Albion does not exist. It's a fairy tale. Thanks to the concentrated fruit essences our technical advisors have been sending along with her reports, we now have magical energy to spare, which would let us remain here past our initial 50-day estimate. Perhaps we should advise them to stop by the border.
True, maybe we should. Ideally, I was hoping to complete this mission within 30 days, but that's clearly not going to happen. That said, we still don't know exactly when the collapse is going to begin, so we shouldn't be too quick to change our time limit. If we stick to our initial plan, we still have 17 days left to complete this mission. Do you think the Livermet's team can pull it off in that time frame, Holmes?
Well, according to Da Vinci's report, it would seem the circumstances are nearly all in place. If their meeting with High Queen Morgan ends peacefully, and she proves willing to share information about Rongominiad with them, they can then devote the rest of their time to investigating the collapse.
And if it doesn't end peacefully?
Now that Chaldea has thrown their lot in with the Child of Prophecy, war is all but inevitable. We already know the extent of Fairy Britain's military power. If Arturia is able to complete her pilgrimage and muster a significant anti-Queen force, the battle for Camelot will be decided in a single day. I suspect that battle will take place in 16 days at the earliest, just barely within our deadline. Cool. Section 10? I'm pretty sure the first boss is not for a while then. Yeah, wow. Act 12 is the first boss. Holy. Camelot.
I can hear people singing the Child Prophecy's song in the streets.
I shall speak now of a future, of the end of the Isle of Mystics, which came to be known as Fairyland. Let the innocent return. Here stands the Queen's unknowable castle. It falls, like rain, like ash. It vanishes, like snow, like lies. Our desires languish, deferred. Even now, we dance in the palm of the Queen's hand. We require now only a little more patience. After 2,000 years, the doll shall bring the child who will be our salvation. She shall be the child who saves the world, who binds both peoples together. Even if her light begins as but an ember, even should no one see it, she will become as a flame to draw moths. A city of iron, a city of soot. When the calamity recedes, her pilgrimage begins. Chosen by the staff of selection, the savior, guided by travelers from afar, shall reach the throne. The true king shall arrive at the throne. Accept now this bloodied crown. Ving, Ving, like raging thunder, like whooping flame. Let us hearken to the 6 bells ringing. Blaze the path of the true king. Ere the red calamity catches us. Ere the black calamity devours us. Indolent and derelict though we may be, we're the scions of the free fae. Never have we wished for anything, but still we desire a shining future. There's no mention of Norwich being destroyed in that song. So why did Oberon say there was nothing anyone could do to stop its destruction? I wonder, does he know more of this song than everyone else? Yeah, it seems that way, because they did mention not just Oberon's perspective of it, but it was stated at the end of section 9 that the prophecy explicitly talks about the Norwich getting destroyed by the calamity. And it wasn't just Oberon's interpretation of it, right? So it seems like there's more to it. Yeah, here we go. I do, as a matter of fact. The prophecy actually has 18 verses in total. Most fairies are only familiar with the 14 we just heard. There are actually 4 more. I knew it! Why didn't you tell us this sooner, Oberon? I just forgot to mention it, okay? I'm sorry. Can you please drop it? You had a reason you can tell us? Oh, for sure. In retrospect, maybe I was being a little too overprotective. I'm sorry about that. Alright, I'll tell you. These are the other 4 verses of the prophecy, at least as I heard them. Verse 8.5. The harbor shall return to an empty shore, but the calamity shall vanish into the distant sky. Okay. Verse 9.5. The round fortress shall burn, and the bell of water shall appear. Verse 10.5. Confessed sinners shall make the acquaintance of the guillotine. Verse 12.5. Having fulfilled her role, the child of prophecy shall say farewell to her home. Okay, I guess there is no verse explicitly saying that Norwich is gonna get destroyed. The calamity shall vanish into the distance. So this is about Norwich. Yeah, this is about Norwich, I'm guessing. And then around fortress shall burn, the bell of water shall appear. I guess we'll see. Confessed sinners shall make the acquaintance of the guillotine. Confessed sinners. I wonder if that has anything to do with the garden. Having fulfilled her role, the child of prophecy shall say farewell to her home. That can mean so many things, depending on how broad of a home you're talking about. But I'm guessing Artoria overthrowing Morgan and then leaving whatever is defined as home here. Interesting. As you can see, these verses are a lot more ominous. The city though is still there? Yeah. That, and the fact that they are not very precise for prophecy might be why they were excised. Case in point, verse 8.5. The harbor shall return to empty shore, but the calamity shall vanish into the distant sky. The harbor is obviously Norwich, and the empty shore part must mean the city was going to be wiped off the coast. So I was stealing myself to lose Norwich, even if you were able to repel the calamity, but, well... Empty shore? I guess I could see that. Man, this is just fucking cold reading. This prophecy is just fucking cold reading. Like, all of it... I said this... Einzel is a fucking bum. Well, I can't wait to see them.
Norwich didn't fall. Is it because another child of prophecy appeared?
Could be. This basically proves that not even Einzel's prophecies are perfect, except for these 4 verses. City of Iron, City of Soot, when the calamity recedes, her pilgrimage begins, the harbor short and empty shore of the calamity shall vanish into the distant sky. So decided, I'm just not going to worry about them anymore. Yeah, that's what I have kind of realized, is I feel like the prophecy just doesn't mean much anymore. Because, like, you can spin it in any way, shape or form that it suits you. Now, on a more important note, you guys need to get going soon. Between Artoria, Gareth, Muramasa and Habitshot, I think you should all be safe without me. So I hope you don't mind if I go off on my own again. More information gathering? Partially, yes. But also just really want to give Spriggan his comeuppance. So I thought I'd stay here and work for the Count, with the Count, to knock him down a peg or 2 dozen until he hits the rock bottom. Besides, we could have been reunited with Mesh much sooner if he hadn't insisted on keeping the Child of Prophecy in his castle. Don't you think he deserves at least a little punishment for that? Yeah. The wallet? Just leave it to me. Bloodshed may not be the fairy king's style, but I can definitely bleed them dry financially. Also, Einzel, it was never stated that Einzel is dead though, right? It was always stated that he disappeared, or she disappeared. I think it's a girl, right? She disappeared, because even at meetings, they're like, oh, Einzel didn't show up again, or whatever, right? I'm pretty sure Einzel just disappeared from our knowledge. Before we leave, there's something I need to tell you, to let you all... Wait, I need to let you all know here.
Let me guess. Oberon's going off on his own again, right? I had a feeling he might.
Gotcha. Well, I guess we don't all have to stick together all the time. And it's not like he is much help in combat.
I'm sure Oberon will be fine on his own, but how come Rajwa isn't here either? He's staying behind too. Technically, he's still Aurora's retainer after all. And it wouldn't be good for her if he were seen with us right now. So I'm gonna have him stay here with Oberon and bring the carriage if we need it. I see, that makes sense. But you there, the pink fairy, Habitshot, right? Are you coming with us too? I mean, the way to Camelot is probably pretty dangerous, so...
Don't worry about me. I'll be fine. Just think of me as a spectator along for the ride. In fact, you should probably be more worried about yourself than me, Gareth. I'm the irreplaceable healer every party needs in combat, and I'm probably stronger than you too. And don't worry, Delivermat. I'm not gonna let you die before you and Mesh are reunited.
Yeah, it just guts me up.
So feel free to wade into battle all you like. As long as you don't die, I can patch you up with my magic needle no matter what horrific injuries you sustain.
Very close and very far from Nightingale's preferred treatment methods, sure.
Nightingale? Now that's a nice fairy name. It's already no one nurse as cute as me, huh?
Quiet, everyone. Here come the Queen's troops to the main gate, from the main gate.
I apologize, sir. Our 10-minute delay. I'm Tamlin Gawain, and these are 30 members of the First Wall Night Morse Examination Brigade. We're the ones who will be providing you, on Guests of Camelot, with safe passage.
Thank you for your help.
We'd appreciate your cooperation as well. And being aware that you're being escorted can make life much easier for the soldiers escorting you after all. We have ready the cabbage for the Child of Prophecy and the Fallen Mage. Your retainers will need to walk. I trust that's all about you. You're that scoundrel who tried to assassinate the High Queen. How are you still alive? I saw you fall into the pit. Oh, that? Yeah, Lancelot handed my ass and tossed me right into the pit. But unfortunately for you, I managed to survive, and now I'm the Child of Prophecy's bodyguard. Next time you see Lancelot, tell her not to take her eyes off a servant until their spirit origin is completely gone. What should we do, Lady Gawain? Are we really okay letting this man back into Camelot? What if he tries to assassinate the queen again? It's alright. If he does, he won't have the element to surprise anymore. I can't take him I can take him myself. Especially now that the queen has assured me not to worry if combat damages or destroys the castle. Yeah? That's great. You barely fit in the place anyway. Should help you move around better. Next time we fight, I'd rather it just be head-to-head, without either of us holding anything back. Huh. I guess the Child of Prophecy is something of an eye for talent after all. However much her other retainers suggest otherwise. Fine. You there. Make room in one of the carts for our guests. The servants can ride with the fallen mage. Treating those two as honored guests, at least until we reach the castle, will help us all move faster. Yes, my lady. Right away. We'll be taking the western road to Camelot, and spend one night at Oxford along the way. We'll then take a detour around the pit towards Camelot. For the next 2 days, our fates shall be intertwined. We'll not turn our swords on each other, regardless of what may happen. Do you agree to that, fallen mage? Oh yeah, sure, no? It sounds good to me. Good. Then let us be off. Soldiers, do not let your guard down simply because this is an escort mission. The Calamity's destruction has led to more toxins spreading far and wide across Britain. Eliminate any more you come across immediately upon discovery. I don't want to hear even a peep of discomfort from my guests. Okay. A giant hole. East. Well, that's a relief. This carriage arrives just as smoothly as Raja Bits. By the way, Delivermat, are you really ready for this? To meet the queen, you mean? Well, yeah, what else? Oh man, you're not ruffled at all, are you? We've been through this before, plenty of times. I bet you've already been through lots of meetings like this, huh? Yeah. It's not that, Artoria. Delivermat is just as nervous as you are. He just had enough experience with situations like this to understand the value of staying calm. That's exactly what, yeah. Masters need to give orders to and watch out for their servants after all. Saul Delivermat might not be able to fight on the front line himself. He's very good at keeping cool under pressure. Really? So you met a lot of other kings then? Yep. And some goddesses too, yep. I'd be used to this sort of thing by now, but nope, not even close. By the way, I read something interesting about Tamlin Gawain back in Norwich. I heard something interesting. Apparently, she was the first Sari to be made a Tamlin during the era of the High Queen. Interesting. About 200 years ago, during year 1800 of the era of the High Queen, there was a huge outbreak of caterpillar moors in central Britain. Okay. That calamity later came to be known as Caterpillar War, and it was Gawain who put a stop to it. Okay, all the Tamlin are very young then. Like maximum 200 years? Interesting. So it might not have been like the calamity we got rid of in Norwich. She still resolved the calamity just like Artoria did. This what led to the queen recognizing her skill.
You found respect or just surprised?
No, nothing, but...
Bargast.
Going would surprise me or make me respect her. That said, I guess this means Morgan's not the only fairy to have dispelled the calamity then. I guess this means I'm even less special than I thought. Oh man, now I'm even more nervous. Oh crap. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make you even more nervous. Okay, from what I heard, the Caterpillar War wasn't all that big of a calamity. I mean, the one at Norwich was a once-in-a-millennium great calamity, so it had to be smaller than that. Don't forget, we saved an entire city. You've every right to be proud about that.
Yeah, I mean, this was the Great Calamity.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, Mash and Delivermat might have done most of the heavy lifting. But I definitely still contributed, and when it comes to defeating Morse, I can hold my own against any family.
More smoke spotted nearby. Incoming from 3, 7, and 11 o'clock. Lightning Soldier, prepare your Mystic Codes. Guards, get into your formation.
Delivermat.
Let's go.
If you're out here, I assume you have no intention of sitting back and letting us do all the fighting.
Very well. I would welcome your aid. There are a lot of Morse here, and I would prefer to avoid casualties.
Follow me, Child of Prophecy, Foreign Mage. Make sure you stay close to me.
Let me try, Richard. Tusk. Holy Ascension 3. I have been told that this is not a spoiler Ascension whatsoever for Fate Strange Fake. It's FGO exclusive. Same with the animation for the Noble Phantasm. Apparently it's not a spoiler, which is what I was worried about, that it was gonna be a spoiler, but sure, let's just go for it. Up to 3 servants can be set in this quest. Can I do this? Dun. His MP is different in Ascension 1, 2, and 3. Or 1 to 2 and then in 3. Okay, pick him twice, sure. Sure, sounds good. Buffering? Buster card. Okay, how much is it? It's a 30 charge. Ew. 30 charge. Ew, brother. Ew. He looks fucking insane though. Oh my goodness. Oh my. Sure. Okay. Jerusalem singularity. Ooh.
もはやこの身は煉獄の一部。苦痛も怨嗟も歓喜の声すら区別はない。我が次の前に立ちはだかるというのだ。
Oh shit.
我が叫びとともに魂を焼かれると知れ。ユートピー・ピューガトール
Jesus Christ, that is overkill. Holy shit, he fucking burns his entire body. That's awesome. Oh my god, Buster. Oh, no returns. I want my returns. Please.
悪くない
もちろん。
良き選択打ち砕くこれを耐える
Nice. Where's...
負けないぞ。ここでまっすぐ。
Nice. I just needed 50. The OC from Enkidu? Oh, fuck yeah. Yo! You're done for now. What do you get with overcharge? Sure. Why is it after the damage? It's fine.
運命。
It's
下
fine.
がっているここは良き選択
それはいつか来る兆しの星。誰に呼ばれるまでもなく、あなたは星をかざすでしょう。
Brave chain, yeah.
我が次の前に立ちはだかるというのならば我が叫びとともに魂を焼かれると知れユートピー・ピューガトール
Overcharge the scam 90% of the time, yeah. But I didn't have any other cards to play. Oh my god, no brave chains whatsoever. Huh.
遅い当てを見せよう
At least I get my freaking skills back up because of the skills down. Oh my god. The lion does not concern himself with chains. Oh my god. At least he can crit like a little bit. What? I didn't even... What? Oh, okay. I did not even notice that. Bell! Oh, whip to this guy. There's still 10 large morts to contend with. No, more are still coming. We can't handle this many.
Those of you without iron weaponry, stand back. Do not engage. Just let them to one spot so I can burn them all at once.
We're trying, but these morts ain't falling for the decoy. It's almost like they're here for something else this time.
Something else? Could it be they're after the Child of Prophecy?
Yeah. No need to thank me. We're all fighting the same battle here. Now, what are you gonna do about this? Any seasoned general like you ought to know when it's time to retreat.
I hate to admit it, but he's right.
I could either abandon the carts and have my soldiers retreat, or I could have the guests go on ahead. No, I'm a Tamlin. Retreating from Morse is not an option. But they refuse to cluster in any one spot, so they're clearly being wary of my gallantry. They just destroyed the rearmost cart. Oh, what do we do, Happy Cat? Oh man, what good's having a Tamlin around if we still have to fight ourselves? She sucks at this. But you give massive amounts of literally unbridled firepower to someone who's already crap at holding back. Oh well, what's done's done. No use complaining about it now. It may not much like fighting, but walking all the way to Camelot would be worse. Come on, Garrett. Let's go take out the little Morse and leave the big ones to the Tamlin. Okay, I'll do my best. I've gotten more used to fighting Morse, so... Happy Cat? Uh-oh. Are you seeing this blue streak of light? It's headed straight for us from Camelot.
Oh.
There's the same light I saw at Sheffield. Forget eliminating all of them. Retreat. Keep the carriage and the first cart, and abandon the rest. Hurry! Lightning soldiers, defend the guests. Royal Guard, retrieve the luggage from the other carts. I'll keep the most occupied until...
Oh. I wonder who it is.
What are you doing here, Lancelot? I didn't ask for your help. I don't think you need my help either, but the High Queen commanded me to come. Hostiles detected. Eliminating. Stand back, Gawain. Taking out individual targets is my area.
Wow, wow, wow. Speak of the dragon. No! No skill 3 either? What do you mean a level 90 MP5 without skill 3? I can't even transform. Oh my god. I have to use this bomb now. Would you transform? She doesn't do that. Bro, you can't even kill a single Morse? Oh my god. No lines? She's just shouting in the silence. Fighter plane in fairy form. Yeah. You should see her ascension tree. Or her alternate AoE MP. All Moors have been destroyed. Brilliant work, Lady Lancelot. So this is what they mean when they call you the undefeated Dragon Fairy. The most beautiful townling in all of Britain. I still can't believe you took out so many of those large Moors so easily.
There, I eliminated the Moors, just as the High Queen told me to. I'll let you handle the Moors from here, Gawain.
Okay. Nice. Nice. Second video. Sure.
As if you're even capable of handling an escort mission. Don't just stand there, you fools. Start fixing the wrecked cart. If this is the best your lot can do on the first day of this mission, I shudder to think of how you'll fare in the days ahead. And you can forget about resting in Oxford. I want to report from each and every one of you later on how the situation would have been prevented. Or could have been prevented.
Yes, my lady. My deepest apologies, Lady Gawain.
Pathetic. I would have thought of all of you together would be able to defeat at least one or two of the large Moors. I suppose this just goes to show how overly reliant you've become on us, Tamlin. It seems I'll need to start re-educating the fairy soldiers like I'm doing with the humans. Oh, my apologies. I appreciate your help. Sorry again. I never did ask your name, did I? I wasn't authorized to do so. But now that you have aided us in a dangerous predicament, that's no excuse. I'm Gawain. What is your name, foreign mage?
I'm Delivermat.
Well met, Delivermat. I appreciate your obvious hostility towards me. I mean... yeah, you got spirit. I like that. But since we'll be enemies later. Alright, let's get this escort mission back on track. Oh, and I'd advise you to watch what you say in the carriage. I could easily overhear you, depending on which way the wind is blowing. Okay. Yeah.
Man, I thought we were going to be put in a nice inn at Oxford. I can't believe we're camping out again. Alright, if you can't have nice accommodations, at least we can still have nice food. I'm sorry we don't have enough to share with the royal guards, but I say we take the cakes the Count gave us now. Oh, it looks like mine's called a cheesecake. What's yours called, Arturia? Mine says Swiss roll. Oh wow, it's shaped like a log. This should make it much easier to eat. That's so thoughtful of the Count. You proper human history people are all so considerate.
Yeah, sure, why not? Sweet yam, Yokan. How the hell did he manage to make this here? Something will go real nice with this. I think I'll go down to that river and fetch some water.
Nom. What was this called? Chiffon cake? So this is what happens. This is what happiness at South tastes like. I had no idea that they had so many kinds of sweets these days.
Oh yeah, it seems even Fairy Britain has been developing a bunch of cake recipes. Back in Salisbury, I heard about Woodrose's restaurant chain in the south, and Edinburgh's gourmet desserts in the north. But it sounds like cheesecake's the one kind that never caught on. I wonder why. Really? But it's so yummy. It does make me a little thirsty though. It's because a big shot up north absolutely despises cheesecake.
No idea?
She always says cheese has no place in desserts, and it has to be chocolate or nothing. Though of course for fairies from the south like me, chocolate is such a luxury, I don't even know what it tastes like. It costs so many more pounds that low-level fairies can basically never afford it. What is it, Deliver Mat?
I'm gonna go make a little peace offering. I will. Do you have a custom of eating sweets after a meal here? I don't usually care for sweets. If I'm going to eat something cooked, I'd rather have meat. Based queen. So no, I won't accept that. But I can see you have something to discuss. Go on then, have a seat. You want to talk to me about Lancelot, right? Very well then, ask me anything you wish to... I want to ask about you. What's up, Dynasty? I see, you're trying to figure out my true name. Pointless, but I can at least respect your willingness to try anything you can. Come to think of it, I still haven't probably thanked you for your help earlier, have I? Come, sit. If you wish to talk, I can indulge you for a short while. I manifested in Britain 400 years ago. Okay. I was meant to be the next generation, the successor of an upper-class fang fairy in Norwich. Except that it didn't look anything like my predecessor. Even though I'm a Fang Clan fairy, I was born resembling a Wind Clan one. No, if anything, I look like a human. Some suspected I might be a changeling. Others said I was a curse from the battle against the Moors that took place 600 years ago. Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. I don't know the truth, and I don't care either. I earned the honor of becoming a Tamlin when I ended the Caterpillar War. Up until that point, the title of Tamlin had been sealed away for all 1800 years of the High Queen's reign. In case you don't know, the Tamlin title originally belonged to the retainers of Ash, who was said to be Britain's savior in the Fae era. Oh. Okay. I didn't know that. Okay, so Ash had her own Tamlin. Oh. Okay. The first Tamlin was called... I'm sorry, I actually can't remember their name. At any rate, they met their end in Orkney. After that, the Queen forbade the naming of more Tamlin. But she decided to revoke her own seal to exterminate that endless spawning caterpillars. The endless spawning caterpillars. Thus, I was gifted with the name of Sir Gawain, which is said to be the name of a knight of the Round Table of a foreign land, and gained the means to strengthen my horn. My Galatine. I believe you call it a noble phantasm. While I'm confident it is every bit the equal of Sir Gawain's original. I'm just as confident that I can't hold a candle to the real Sir Gawain, the Knight of the Round Table from proper human history. Should have so much respect for the Knights of the Round Table, yeah. But never mind, I shouldn't be talking about the Round Table. I'm told it's keeping when I do so, for some reason. Let's see, what else can we talk about? Also... interesting how aware... like, why does she even know about all of this? Is she supposed to know all of this? I guess so. I guess she was told it. But like, I don't know, that feels interesting. Yeah, Morgan hates bugs, yeah. Interesting. Cause like, okay, I don't know. This war took place a millennium ago, along with one of the great calamities, during the 1000th year of the era of the High Queen. A millennium ago, along with one of the great calamities, during the 1000th year of the era of the High Queen. It was a time when the Moors had a king and an army. Oh, oops. And waged war against the High Queen and 5 of the 6 clans. Apparently, this king was something of an odd duck. He never attacked fairies or killed humans. All he cared for was fire and lightning. He would gleefully destroy anything, and then only for the joy of watching it burn. He reduced cities and forests to cinders, erased the ground before him, and summoned rain clouds just to hear their thunder. Some fairies called on the Storm King, at least until the High Queen forbade anyone from speaking that name. The Storm King.
The war against the Morse King lasted for decades, until finally, the Fang Clan brought it to an end. Woodwell, a fairy who had recently succeeded the previous head of the Fang Clan at the time, was the one who dealt the final blow. Interesting. And so, the Great Calamity, the king of the Morse who feasted on magical energy, was defeated before the Fang Clan. However, it's said that with his dying breath, the king cast a curse upon the Fang Clan. What kind of curse? The fairy-eating black dogs. It was only after the king of the Morse vanished that the black dogs began to roam Fairy Britain. However, they also eat more, so they're not just harmful. There are even some squads who train black dogs and use them in Morse hunts. Mine is one of them, in fact. Have you ever heard the epithet of the Black Dog Duchess? It refers to me. Yeah, so I think Barghest is kind of like some kind of like dog-like figure, right? I'm trying to remember. Okay. Even now that I've become a Tamlin, I'm still called a Black Dog. I don't blame them though. After all, I eat everything, including fairies and humans. Huh? Oh? Now you're scared of me. Demonic dog from Britain. Yeah. So you had no idea you were trying to... Oh, you had no idea you were trying to get information out of a woman feared through Fairy Britain as a monster. Well, worry not. I would never eat you. I only consume the strong. I'm unusual for a fairy. What I eat makes me stronger. In fact, I can inherit any unusual powers or abilities the fairies I eat may possess, though with limits on capacity and compatibility. That's cool. That's always fun. So in theory, the longer that she lives, the stronger she will get. And right now, I'm still full on foul weather. The Great Earth Clan Fairy. I need his sacrament for the Caterpillar War. I needed his sacrament. It was crucial. But he got holed up in his fortress in Cornwall and refused to come out. So I challenged them to a duel, defeated them, and devoured them. Alright, I think that's enough time spent relaxing after dinner. Go back to your camp now. I thought you'd be more the strong and silent type, but I'm glad I was wrong. Yeah, she's pretty chatty. I'm used to talking with humans. In fact, my current husband is a human. Yo? It should have been me, not him. Really? Well, I say he's my husband, but he's neither a romantic partner nor a future meal. The Giga Blush. He's just a guest I'm putting up in my mansion while he recuperates. Still, you do remind me of him, in both your lack of fear and your innocent curiosity. Oh, she's a softie. Alright, back to your camp now. My soldiers and I will take turns keeping watch. Don't stay up too late. We'll be setting out early tomorrow morning. She's a softie. Forgive us. Forgive us. No more prayers. Close your eyes. There's not much fun time left. The veil has fallen. Extinguish the light. Today's ending. Farewell. This day too will end forever. Forgive us. Forgive us. Forgive us our sins. It's too late to do anything now, but make sure everything is cleaned up. It's that song again. Two days after leaving Norwich, day 13, Fairy Britain. Oh, is this... It is Camelot. That's Fairy Britain's Camelot.
I never seen it from the other side of the pit before. It's definitely impressive, isn't it? The part we were seeing from Oxford must have only been the back of the castle.
I thought it looked more like a wall than a castle, but that looks more properly royal. It's got one urban area around the main gate, and another one inside the ramparts. I'm guessing that's to separate the general populace from the upper crust.
Don't let the gate fool you. The side facing the pit is actually the castle's front.
Really? So that big fancy gate is actually the back gate?
Oh no, that's the main gate. Sorry for confusing you, get it? There's no way into the castle from the pit. You gotta go through the gate to get inside.
What about fairies who can fly? Couldn't they just zip inside?
Nah, it ain't that simple. There's a magecraft barrier around the front of the castle, the side facing the pit. If you ever fall in there yourself, you'll see there's a ton of gun ports all along Camelot's walls. And you don't usually put cannons behind the castle, right? So we can be pretty sure the side facing the pit is the front. So that would mean...
Deliver Matt. Gawain's glaring at something up north. Whatever it is, she's obviously upset about it. You're friends now, right? Go on, ask her what it is.
She's your homie, right? Okay. Bar gets some case files. I'm guessing it's the dogs that we saw at the mansion episode. With, like, the ferry and stuff. What is it, Delivery Matt? Are you suddenly having second thoughts about entering Camelot? It's not that. You're wondering what's got me so upset. Can't you see for yourself? That's Nonaria's army up north. Oh.
Nonaria? Where? I don't see her anywhere.
Ah, right. You're too short, aren't you? What a shame. Well, no matter. It's none of your concern anyway.
Are you kidding me? Of course it is. Come on, Deliverman. Let me stand on your shoulders. Rajabit isn't here now, so you'll have to do. Whoa there, hang on. Before we go to all the trouble, how about using one of my handy-dandy gadgets first? Here, a spyglass. This lets you see at least as far as Gawain can. Now take a look at those plains up north, and you'll see some really intense glares pointed this way.
Huh?
Oh wow, I can see really far with this. Thanks, Da Vinci. Check turning the dial on the side. It's at 5 kilometers right now. But if you crank it to the fourth notch, you can set it to 20 kilometers. There, see them? There's a ton of ferries gathered in those plains.
Sure, I'll take your word for it.
There must be the northern army of that other queen we've been hearing so much about, Nonaria of the King clan. And that's her army? It's not just Fang and Earth clan ferries. There are also lots of soldiers with masks. Are those giants? There are giants there.
That's right. Nonaria's rule bestows power and wealth upon any who swears fealty to her. It's the opposite of Gloucester and Murian. However, their effect only works when Nonaria herself is nearby.
I see. So she wants her troops to be effective. She can't be too far from them. Go on, Delivermet. Try looking a little further ahead. See that huge carriage?
Yeah, totally.
The one that kind of looks like a small fortress. There's a ferry standing on top of it, looking down at us from up there. And even though this is your first time seeing her, I think you'll agree that there's no mistaking who this Northern Queen is.
Let me see. Hello? What's with the angle here? What? Hello? Hello? That's definitely a very Celtic bodysuit. Necessary for the plot? Yep, absolutely. Maeve. Yep, that's Maeve.
Maeve? You mean there's a fairy just like her in your world too?
Wait, why is she staring at you instead of me?
Did you do something to upset her, delivery man? 20 20 kilometers away or not. I can't believe she brought her troops all the way out here. Isn't this obviously a hostile act towards Queen Morgan?
Nona Via and her forces are still just within her territory.
She claims she's only running military exercises in preparation for the Great Calamity.
No idea. Ah, okay. Oops.
10 days ago, she was conducting those exercises 40 kilometers away. Another Sheffield has fallen. She's closed the distance and come further down south.
And she must have 20, no, 30,000 troops there. That's not just a threat, it's preparation for all-out war. How the hell does she keep them all fed? Oh right, fairies don't need to eat.
No, we don't. Unlike humans, that's one of Nularia's army's defining characteristics.
She despises humans and won't even use them in combat against Moors. Okay, fair.
She envisions a Britain run by and for fairies alone,
with her as its own monarch. Understandable. That both doesn't sound like something Maeve would say.
That said, she won't be sending her troops any further. She's no definitive reason to challenge the High Queen, nor much chance of success if she were to try. The Northern Fairies have been incited to rebel against the High Queen several times before. Oh, incited to rebellion, I see. Each time, they find themselves retreating north with their tails stuck firmly between their legs. And this time will be no different. Alright, that's enough idle chatter. Let's go. We're about to pass through the main gate. From now on, I suggest you remain sharper than ever.
Barrett's standing up, that's crazy. Whoa! That looks cool, in the back.
So this is Camelot's castle town. It's even bigger than Salisbury, and even fancier than Gloucester. You can tell only upper-class fairies live here. The mana in the air here is like nowhere else in all Britain. And that castle over there must be where they keep the existence tax. The magical energy that they extract from every fairy in Britain through command spells. I heard stories about it, but this is way beyond what I was expecting. No wonder they're not worried about Nolaria's army out there. It has to be way beneath their notice. Trying to take Morgan on now. Someone would have to be crazy to do it. I guess Bogart must have never set foot here before. If he had, he'd never have thought to rebel. And then again, maybe he knew what he was up against and decided to press on anyway. I thought I saw some writing on the gate when we went through it. Did anyone else see that? Or perhaps catch what it said? I did. It said,
Ah, garden.
only those free of sin may pass, in Old English. But I also noticed it had been painted over with red, like someone didn't agree.
Interesting.
This is as far as we go by carriage. The royal castle lies just ahead. Only the Child of Prophecy and the Foreign Mage have been granted audience with the High Queen. The rest of you will stay here, where you will be treated as attendants of our honored guests.
Oh? Meaning what exactly?
You see the Royal Hotel across the way. We've arranged for you to relax there while you wait.
I'll make arrangements for you all to reconvene once the meeting is concluded. However, your name is Da Vinci, yes? You seem like an intelligent servant. As a human, the foreign mage will surely need an advisor. You may accompany him in that role.
Oh, good. I was planning on tagging along regardless, but this makes things much easier. We may be on opposing sides, but I appreciate your consideration, Tamlin Gawain. Okay, Gareth, Muramasa, Cabbage, you heard the lady. You guys will have to stay here and wait for us. Don't worry, you've seen how well ordered the Queen's army is over these last 2 days. Morgan's obviously even more of a stickler for rules than we thought. The three of us won't be in any danger even if we face her alone. We'll be safe for at least as long as we're in Camelot, regardless of how the meeting goes.
I'm not surprised. I did break into the castle my first time here. I didn't expect them to invite me in. Anyway, good luck in there, Arturia. Don't get so carried away you end up saying something you regret, alright? You too, Deliver Matt. Watch your partner's back. Understand?
I can't say I'm not worried, but strangely, I do agree that it feels like you'll be safe. Okay, we'll all be waiting for you here. Be careful, Arturia, and good luck.
I'm fine with this arrangement too. I'm not interested in Morgan anyway. I'm just scared to keep an eye on things until Deliverment and Mesh are reunited. Let's go. It took us almost an hour to get up the stairs? Damn. Kneel. Present. Worship. Submit. Emissaries to the throne. Cease your breathing. 30 ambassadors. 100 officials. Close your mouths. You are in the presence of High Queen Morgan, the king who expands our boundaries, and upon whose shoulders all of Britain rests. Revel in her glory. Know this, child of prophecy. Know this, foreign mage. This meeting is a sign of the High Queen's grace and amnesty.
Thank you. It's so very good of you all to come, even without a formal invitation. My ambassadors and officials are now commanded to be silent. Until this meeting ends, or I order otherwise, the only people present permitted to speak are myself, my guests, and
me, Battle God, the Queen's hubby. Sorry, fancy fairies.
Battle God, so he really is here in Camelot.
Wait, she's here? Oh.
And did he say he's Morgan's husband?
Hey there, Delivery Matt and friends. I haven't seen you all since Olympus. Why the look of surprise? Hey now, don't tell me Mesh didn't tell you I'm Morgan's B.O.? If you're here then... Right? As a master yourself, of course that's where your mind goes, right, Deliver Matt? Yep, it's true, I admit it. I'm Morgan's master. The partner of the High Queen, who rules over the land of the Fae. Yeah, let's not freak out. It's not that surprising, if that is the case.
Arturia, I give you permission to approach. Raise your head. Okay. I see. It appears that you truly are the child of prophecy. And you must be the foreign mage. The master of Chaldea, seeking so desperately to restore what you call proper human history.
Yep, that's me.
Your efforts in Norwich, though commendable, were unnecessary. Still, you did well, eliminating the calamity. I'll therefore reward you accordingly. Typically, I would compensate you in the currency of my realm. However, I understand
the source of your magical energy. Spatial magical energy occupying values you refer to as QP, which are derived by viewing magical elements as particles. Correct? I didn't even know that. Derived by viewing magical elements as particles. Just 100 million of these should suffice. Take them. Bro, that's like 10% of my current QP. Ah, I'll take it. I'll take it.
That much? Oh wait, does this mean you have a QP mint here?
Of course not. I'll simply create them myself by using your own magicraft systems methods. Quantum particles. I have nothing more to say. If there's nothing else you wish to discuss, then our business is concluded. Arturia, deliver med. If either of you would ask questions of me, now's the time. But be warned, though you are my guests, careless words may cost you that status and the protection it affords. It looks like it's up to me. Yup. So speak up first then. Very well. You're indeed brave. Tell me, Conqueror of 5 Lost Bouts, what is it you want? Chaldea's goal is to resolve the bleached earth phenomenon. Yes, I'm aware of the situation in the outside world. Battlegut has informed me. But there's been another anomaly detected in the Lost Blood that we need to resolve first. In this Lost Blood. Oh? What sort of anomaly? Using an ability similar to Einstein's ability to prophesy, we observe the future depicting a cataclysmic collapse. We don't yet know what causes this collapse or how it will actually happen. But if it isn't stopped, the spread across all of Britain and ultimately destroy the entire planet. That's how Chaldea came to Fairy Britain. We need to investigate this collapse and prevent it from ever happening. Now that the Tree of Emptiness is gone, we have no quarrel with this last bout. Our goal is to stop the world's collapse. That is all. I'll do it later, Robert. I see. So you say you have come here not to conquer our world, but to save it. Is that all? We also want a divine construct we can use against the foreign god. Yeah, just like just an aside, you know. That's right. We're hoping to acquire the Second Land Strongominiad, the incredibly powerful spell you cast at Olympus. We would like you to provide us with either a mystic code that lets us use that spell ourselves, or the magic theory we can use to recreate it. I'm sure she's gonna be thrilled about that. Olympus? Foreign god, what in the world are those outsiders talking about? And how can they be so reckless, making a demand of the High Queen of all people? Yes, I know the weapon you seek. I also believe you when you say you have come to save Britain. I'm waiting for a but. And so I'll say this to you. You and your proper human history will come to a miserable end. Okay. This collapse you have observed will be the result of me expanding my territory. Yep. I should be the one to put a true and final end to your history. I would never willingly surrender my divine construct to you, my mortal enemy. I mean, yeah, that's about what I expected. Deliver me, arrogant child. To save your world, you'll have to defeat me. What you call proper human history cannot be saved otherwise. Is that your way of declaring war on us, Queen Morgan? Proper human history in my realm can never coexist. If you wish to save your world, you'll have to win it from me. I really thought she might be willing to listen. Now I have to fight. After all, I did not think she was going to be willing to listen. It goes for you too, Arturia, a cursed child of Einstein's prophecy. The year's end will bring a great calamity. It will once again destroy every fairy in Britain. But fairies do not learn, ever. No matter how many times they die, they will always be born anew. As long as my castle remains intact, Fairy Britain shall always be reborn, even should all Britain burn. Your Majesty, are you saying you'll only protect your kingdom, not your citizens?
Yes, I offer fairies no salvation. I shall defend my land, nothing more.
What was it again? Was it Excalibur was meant to protect the island of, like, the British Isles? And Rungominiad was supposed to keep the textures from rolling up and, like, being destroyed? But it wasn't, like, Excalibur wasn't meant to protect the people, it was meant to protect the island, I think, or something along those lines, if I remember it correctly. Or Excalibur. I don't know if it has anything to do with this, but I remember it being mentioned in Garden of Babylon.
Yes, I offer fairies no salvation. I shall defend my land, nothing more. With all the magical energy I've stored up in this throne, I have nothing to fear from the great calamity. Furthermore, only a chosen fairy can sit this throne.
All of the planet.
You're neither like the other fairies, nor that foreign mage. You have been chosen.
You've neither, like... Okay.
You're neither a rebel, nor an invader. You're the staff of selection's chosen wielder. By accepting my invitation, you've proven yourself the true child of prophecy. You and I alone have the right to bring me... You and you alone have the right to bring me to justice. Fairy sent from paradise.
Avalon?
Even should you fill oceans with the blood you shed in battle against me, you'd be innocent of sin.
Half of the planet given to a chosen wielder. Yeah, I think they mentioned, like, something very similar to here, how it wasn't meant to protect people, it was meant to protect the planet or whatever, the land, right?
If you wish to save Britain, you must defeat me and claim the throne for yourself.
I also really wonder about, like, how... What did she say? Only a chosen fairy can sit in this throne. I wonder about this, like... Why can only a chosen fairy sit in this throne? Why can't anyone else who defeats Morgan sit in this throne? Unless she's saying that no one else can defeat her, but, like... I don't know. I wonder why that is.
If you wish to save Britain, you must defeat me and claim the throne for yourself. Go then, fulfill that absurd prophecy, if you can. You should know better than anyone that you have no choice. Then would seem our discussion has concluded. I'm pleased we now understand each other.
I know, right? Who wants a nice peaceful resolution where everyone goes home buddy-buddy with no bloodshed? So on that note, you guys are stupid enough to come here with nothing more than faith in people's innate goodness and honor, and now your negotiations have completely broken down. You didn't really think you could leave here without a fight, right?
No, not really.
Of course not. Deliverman, Artuya, get behind me. I thought this might happen. Be silent.
Ah, the pressure.
Even now, these are my honored guests. I'll permit not so much as a hair on their heads to come to harm, nor will I allow even an insult to their pride until they have left Camelot.
Okay, some respect here. That's nice.
You gotta be shitting me.
Forgive my husband's insolence, child. Daughter of Tintajo, as long as you remain Arturia, I shall not recognize you as my enemy.
What about when she becomes Castoria? Questions.
As long as the palace of pilgrimage remains unrung, my lords are forbidden from attacking any of you. However, if she does start ringing the bells and officially declares herself the child of prophecy, then, and only then, shall I name her, along with Chaldea, my enemies and marshal my army against you.
Okay, that makes sense. That would be basically the go button for her. Yeah. Okay, maybe it is a good thing that we haven't rung any of the bells yet then. Okay.
I therefore advise you, think very carefully before beginning a war you cannot possibly win. Now, stand down. I'm certain there's nothing left to say. What is there?
Where did you take Mesh?
Mesh? What is that? That's the name of our companion. The one you swallowed up with the spell you usually use to get rid of calamities. She'll damage around with the spirit origin of Galahad, the Shield Knight. Since you named your townling after other knights of the Round Table, I'm sure you must know that name too. I see. That explains it. Yes, I hold your knight captive.
Where is she?
I see no reason I should tell you. She's my trophy.
Yeah, you know what? Fair enough.
But I can assure you, she's alive and well. No one can harm her, not even me.
Interesting. Not even me. Interesting. Well, we made it back outside the castle safely, but...
Yeah, there wasn't much of a discussion, was it? She basically just told us we're enemies and threatened to show us no mercy if we dare to defy her. Yep, can't say it was a very productive talk. We now know that Morgan definitely sees proper human history as her enemy. We now know that Mesh is safe but being kept in captivity somewhere. But that's just confirmation of some things we already at least suspected. Didn't even see anything that could give us any kind of clue as to how we could possibly beat her in a fight.
we didn't learn anything useful about the divine construct either.
Actually, we did make just a bit of progress there. Remember that atrium in the throne room? The one overlooking the pit. Well, I noticed a distinct magical energy pattern nearby. It was very similar to the Lion King's in the Sixth Singularity. That confirms on me that Morgan has Rungominiad on hand in weaponized form. And not just one or two of them either. She must have at least 10 in place around Camelot's main gate.
What? She has multiple Rongos?
And with that many of them on hand, she must have already used them here several times before. So we can assume that the one she threw at Olympus must have been just one of the several she had at the ready. It would have been great if she'd been willing to sell us just one of them, but it's really clear that's not an option. So now the only way for us to complete our initial objective of acquiring the divine construct for ourselves is to defeat Queen Morgan, or to defeat Morgan.
Yep, I assumed as much. We definitely have our work cut out for us, don't we? We defeat her and we get like all 10 Rongobongos in our inventory, easy clap.
Still, at least we made it out of here safe and sound, so we also know that Queen Morgan is true to her word. Sure, both Morgan herself and all of Camelot might be so stuffed with magical energy it's downright chilling. But she was also adamant about upholding the laws she set as a queen. She didn't even listen to Beryl when he tried to break them.
Yeah, she wears the pants in that relationship.
I know, Delivermet. That only makes it all the more mysterious. Beryl said he was Morgan's master. If that's true, it would make her a servant. But it can't be true because she's been ruling Fairy Britain for at least 2,000 years. Beryl couldn't have come to this last bout any sooner than the end of 2019, just like the other cryptors.
I'm trying to think, has there ever been anyone that was a servant but while they were alive? Or that we had a contract with while they were alive? Did we have a contract with Musashi during Shimosa? I don't remember. Nero, technically? Because I'm trying to think if it's possible. She wasn't a servant? Yeah. I don't know if we got a contract. I'm just trying to think if it's possible or if he is just like lying, you know? Or maybe it's something that we haven't heard of yet. Do we have a precedence for it? I don't know. Did we have a contract with Musashi? Does anyone remember? Maybe we didn't. During Shimosa.
Obviously, Morgan would have already been the queen of this land by then, so he couldn't possibly have summoned her here as a servant. So the question is he lying about that, or is he being made to believe it?
Bedivere? Maybe, yeah. We didn't, she wasn't a servant, technically. Yeah.
Either way, we need a lot more information before we can draw any conclusions. Okay, they're back. Guys, over here. Welcome back, Artoria. Deliver met.
So we haven't seen a precedence like this before, where a human would have a contract with a master. We haven't seen anything like that before. Okay.
So how did the audience go? What's King Morgan really like? Was she terrifying? Was she strong? Was she really 10 meters tall? I mean, anyone who would take Tristan in as a daughter must eat nothing but other fairies, right?
New? Okay.
Well, she definitely seemed like a queen.
Cut it out, Gareth. Can't you see the Child of Prophecy is doing her best not to spoil your fun? The truth is, the queen was completely ordinary, right, Artoria? Isn't that what you want to say?
Huh?
I can tell. I'm an expert at reading fair maidens' minds. After all, don't worry, Artoria. It's okay to be yourself.
I don't know much about how maidens think, but being yourself is good advice. Deep down, you're a stubborn shrew with a fierce competitive streak, right? If anything, you were probably thinking something like, the queen, I could take her any day of the week. Preach, brother, preach. Give me 1,000 years and I'll probably be way stronger than her.
I wasn't thinking anything of the sort. And couldn't you at least make it 100 years?
You can support someone with command spells, even if they're not your servant. Yeah. 100%.
Guess we won't be getting a cushy carriage escort back to Norwich, especially after they basically kicked us out of town. I wasn't expecting the way back to be easy, but now that it's time to go, it's looking harder than ever. If they'd just given us at least one carriage, we could have had a nice, comfortable ride back to...
Wedge a bit? No. Yes, I think so.
Oh, hello. Fancy running into all of you here. I was out taking our new carriage for a test drive, and I just happened to find myself in Camelot.
Uh-huh.
Seems like fate to me. Go on, get in, don't be shy.
Oberon, you sly dog.
Yep, I figured you'd be finishing up around now. I take it your audience with the queen is all done now. I'd love to hear all about it, but first... we should probably get going before our presence here gives the queen's army any ideas.
Hello everyone. I'm glad to see you haven't been tempted by any other carriages. Say hello to our new and improved carriage. It's now got 6 passenger seats and 2 sleeping berths. With this bad boy, I can promise you all a more comfortable journey around Britain than ever before. You'll see, they don't call me Raja Homestretch Bit for nothing.
It's good to hear about the carriage, but why are you glammed up too?
Once I told the fairies of Norwich I was one of the Child of Prophecy's attendants. They're delighted to absolutely pamper me. And the Earth Clan fairies whipped this armor up for me during the celebration. Snort.
I see. Oh, that's nice. I just hope you're ready to pay for it yourself.
Okay. Nice. Maximum limit. Don't worry, I'm not at maximum limit. Do not worry about that one. That's how our audience with Morgan ended. Well, she certainly didn't mince words, did she? Morgan is eager for this fight. I hope there might be some way to broker peace if Caldia and the Child of Prophecy met with her together, but she obviously never had any intention of giving up her throne to the Child of Prophecy, the True King. Get a license for that QP. That's not all. Morgan doesn't even plan on saving Britain. She said she was going to expand her territory and destroy the outside world, right? I was already pretty sure that was her plan, but I didn't know she had planned on pulling it off. But after hearing your meeting, I think I've got it. She's going to use the Great Calamity herself. How so? I remember the water mirror spell she used at Norwich. That's what she's always used to get rid of calamities before. Isn't that right, Habitshot?
Yep, she doesn't usually break it out at that massive a scale, but that teleportation spell is one for her go-tos.
One of her go-tos.
So even if the Delivery Mat and Mesh hadn't gone to such extraordinary lengths, she would have still made the calamity disappear. Or rather, she would have made it her own. Makes sense. I think Morgan's been trying to acquire the calamities for herself. And if she is, that must mean she's able to harness their magical energy and use it as her own.
That makes sense. Those would be very beneficial for taking over the world.
That's the magical energy she's going to use to override the Delivery Mat's world, proper human history, and make it her territory. She's going to take the curse meant to destroy the world of fairies and use it to destroy the world of humans. That's her plan. She's not out to stop the Great Calamity. She wants it to happen.
So we kind of like thwarted her plans then. A bit.
So instead of getting rid of the Great Calamity, she's going to use it as a weapon? Even though she has more than enough power to banish it, like she did in Norwich? But that would mean only the fairies inside Camelot would survive.
Yeah, kind of similar to Sixth Singularity. Now that you mention it. So Norwich wasn't the Great Calamity? I guess so, yeah. Now that you mention it, those upper class fairies in Camelot all look down on the other cities. I even heard them say stuff like the only fairies worth anything are those from Camelot with a straight face. They completely bought the whole privileged class nonsense the Queen fed them. I'm sure they just think of the Child of Prophecy as an irritant. I know the Queen said she wouldn't consider us her enemy until we rang one of the bells of pilgrimage, but she's also married to Beryl, right? It's a good thing Oberon showed up with the carriage when he did. Racism, woo? Well, it's not just that, it's just discrimination, right? And classism as well. It's just those people, regardless if they're fairy or not, that are within Camelot. It's a good thing Oberon showed up with the carriage when he did, because there's no telling when she might have sent troops, or he might have sent troops after us. Oh, Beryl.
You said it. First things first, we should put some distance between us and Camelot. We can figure out our next course of action after that. If nothing else, we know exactly what we have to do now. If we're going to save Britain, our world, and Mesh, we're going to have to defeat Morgan.
It sounds good to me. Several hours after the meeting, at the empty throne room.
Still no sign of movement from the pit. That's concerning. That aside, a great calamity that comes every 1,000 years, The sheer idiocy of these fairies never ceases to amaze me. At least it's useful. I'll use whatever I must to erase proper human history forever.
Yo, Blub Blub!
You again. You know that merely observing will resolve nothing. If you're truly the foreign god's priestess, you should at least try to kill me. Though, of course, that assassination attempt by the disciple of the foreign god did not go so well for him. No servant comprised of a heroic spirit from proper human history can hope to match my Tamlin.
They're bums.
If you'll do nothing but stand there and watch, then do not show yourself. I tire of looking at you. If there's something you should say to me, then speak, as he did.
Nope. Yo, John! What's up? Sorry to interrupt your chat. I would have knocked, but there's no door here.
Of course not. I would welcome guests merely because they come knocking. I do have a waiting room though. Would you care to use it?
You mean the ghost ward down below? It's majestic, but unnecessary. I don't have time to wait. I'm neither omnipotent nor a talented mage like yourself. I'm just an ordinary man, capable of nothing but ordinary work. Truthfully, I should be avoiding places like this where I have no business in the first place.
Your actions defy comprehension. You're clearly from Chaldea. You're on the side of proper human history. While the foreign god means to wipe the slate of human history clean. I could end up destroying it before she gets a chance. Is that not why you're here? Stop me.
No. If you can really destroy it, go ahead.
What?
Sure. If left to your own devices, I'm sure you'll indeed destroy this planet and erase humanity. And that is preferable to the foreign god achieving her goal. Your goal is to wipe out proper human history so you can expand the land of the Fae and rule as its queen. I can't approve of your goal or your approach to pursuing it, but I do respect what you've accomplished. I don't agree with you, but I respect it. So I'll neither try to interfere with your plans, nor lend Chaldea my aid. If you should succeed in rendering this planet a lifeless husk, I have no objection.
If you're not here to interfere, then why have you come? You claimed you had no time to waste, did you not?
I came to see what you've created here. It deserves at least that much. You saw the tree of emptiness for what it really was. Instead of fearing it, you used it yourself. You guessed Chaldea's summoning system initially, and made it your own, instantly. Those are truly exceptional accomplishments, and there are scant few who have even approached your level of godlike genius. Now do you understand, High Queen Morgan? I came here to praise you. Oh, give her a hat pat or what? Okay. I cannot imagine there's anyone else willing or able to give you the accolades you deserve.
Your estimation of my mage god skills means nothing to me. If anything, it sounds snide. Now, if that is all you have to say, then leave. This world is soon to be mine. There will be no place in it for either the foreign god or a beast.
I know. This is the last chance to intervene anyway. Even if I did try to get in your way now, it wouldn't change anything. If my aim were to stop what is happening here, I've come 2000 years too late. Your history is perfect, your script is complete. While you did make a mistake with Tristan, your victory is so close at hand. As one who has stood in this very position, I wanted to applaud you and the path you've taken. Interesting. In my estimation, neither the Child of Prophecy nor the Master of Chaldea have any hope of defeating you. Though, of course, we're a third player who has yet to show themselves intervene. That could change things considerably. Ooh, okay, nice foreshadowing. $100 mil, give me that. Yes, that's gonna be like 3 skills. Let's go.
や
350 mil. Let me 1 to 2 minute break, quick toilet break, some more tea, and then we go on. Listen to the clip. I'll do it after I come back. Let me see. Oh. Oh. What's up, Ignacio? What is up? What is up? Let's try out the other guy. Let's see the other animation. Bro. Ew. Brother, ew. 6610? Am I gonna be forced to use that? I think so. With a mixed stat CE. Ew. Ew. What the fuck even is this team? Where did they even get this team from? I don't know. Richard was not a banner that popped off even in JP. Yikes. Down here. Oh, the correct sprite. Ooh. So, now we put some distance between us and Camelot to avoid any possible trouble with the royal soldiers who just didn't know about the Queen's orders not to harm us. We moved along the northern border. It's random. Oh. We come across a chocolate field that's truly a sight to behold. Whoa! There's chocolate growing straight out of the ground. Damn. Candy! No way! How the hell does this work? I have to take a closer look.
What are you guys doing? That field doesn't belong to you. You should be ashamed of yourselves, trampling someone else's field with your dirty shoes. If you're gonna go around tasting this stuff, you need to do so from one of the edges.
Whoa, a whole world of the deluxe premium chocolate bars Lady Aurora once gave me a tiny piece of. What? This can't compare to a carrot, but it may as well be the sweetest thing I've ever tasted. Okay. Cannonball, sure. Now don't you start too, you idiot. It's so good, it's so sweet. Horses can eat chocolate? I guess so. It's so messy, but it's all just so yummy. I'm glad you're all enjoying yourselves. How can you be so relaxed about this, Oberon? I'm starting to keep an eye on for any signs of pursuit. What is it, Gareth? Aren't you going to jump in there with them?
Oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh. Everyone, please, settle down. You can't eat the chocolate.
Too much chocolate in their mouths to speak coherently.
Oh no, I knew it. These are Nonoria's chocolate fields. I heard about them. They're made with paralysis agent, charm, and calories out the wazoo. Any fairy who tastes this chocolate becomes a hopeless chocoholic. And then they have to do whatever Nonoria says for the rest of their lives, according to Garrett's own research.
No idea what Gareth is talking about. Crap. Usually wipes mouth with fingers. Those more just pop out of the field. Casually, not usually.
He was lying in wait to ensnare any fairies that succumb to chocolate paralysis. First, fairies eat the chocolate, then the Moors eat the fairies. What a perfectly devious predatory tactic. And I'm afraid none of the others will be of any help. Now that their veins are full of chocolate poison. Come on, Muramasa. This one's all up to us.
Got it. Good luck, Gareth.
Muramasa, why don't you take a step back? And what's that you're holding behind you?
Sorry, it was right there in arm's reach, so just couldn't help myself.
Some wise elder you turned out to be.
Okay, sure. Okay, that was kind of random, but sure.
決めたよ。お前は我が城の影に溶けるしかなかろう。
Bro! I don't want to use this version of this guy.
どれにしようかな。
湖の妖精誇り高き騎士、今一度剣を借りゆき終焉を呼び込むとしよう。下がっている。ここは炎に包まれる。我が罪の前に立ちはだかるというのならば、我が叫びとともに魂を焼かれると知れ。ユートピー・ペルガトーン。
暗殺エアツキングズ。
Now I'm stuck with using this guy.
浅い。
Oh my goodness. At least I get to see his extra animation here.
遅い。うせえ。少し熱いぞ。
Aliba! Oh, fuck yeah.
曲がり物の星明かりこの刃に満たさん清き
どうします
我が意志をもって世を噛み砕きし獅子よむさぼり祈り朽ち果て狭間の果てに我が道を吠え刻めユートピーピルガトー焼き
浅い
Big Thunder Monster. Cool.
決着の時だ決着の時理想のエネルギー補給です古きルールどれにしようかなゴッズホルダーの証明を
良きす悪く
アンサー
Change it for it. Thank you, Zena. I need to use that one more time.
味
She's so good.
良き戦であったこの身にしかと焼き刻もう
Two bells.
Huh? Does this mean none of you are paralyzed? Sorry, Garrett, but no, we're totally fine. I don't think this chocolate is poisoned at all.
Okay. That's fine. Incidentally, when people refer to alcoholics, they're talking about people who just really love chocolate. What? Oh, chocoholics. I was like, alcoholics? What does that have to do with anything? Chocoholics. Just really love chocolate. Or could go all the way north just to have some. I'm pretty sure it's actually a medicinal. It's not actually a medicinal condition.
Oh wow, you're right. This is really good. It's sweet and crunchy and easy to eat, and it doesn't even make me thirsty. I feel so much more alert now, too.
Are we like doing a product placement for something here, or what's happening? Are we doing an ad?
So, it's a rare luxury good. Rare luxury good. And these fields really do belong to Nonaria.
So if you keep sampling the chocolate without permission, well, see for yourselves. Oh crap. There's a huge army headed this way, but hang on. The hell are they wearing? Wee wee wee. This feels like a fever dream.
Damn, they've got us surrounded. These numbers, this honey be like magical energy pressure. It's... That's fair enough, you shameless tourists. You've got a lot of nerve eating your fill of my chocolate. Or is this your way of applying to be my slaves and to my great-great-grand successor?
I recognize that voice anywhere. I really like this sprite though. It's cool.
That's right, now throw yourselves at my feet and beg forgiveness. I don't care what backwater town you Ferris hail from. One look at this beauty should tell you all you need to know about who you're dealing with. Now, on that note, I, Queen Nonaria, pass judgment on these foul chocolate thieves. That's 1 count of stealing a government property, 1 count of smuggling valuable cultural property, 1 count of dining and dashing, and 1 count of LB6. For these 4 crimes, I sentence you all to spend the next 100 years packing chocolates for retail. After which, you'll live out the rest of your days in Edinburgh while receiving a comfortable pension to match the contributions of your labor. I knew it.
You fuck, Maeve.
What?
She's like, wait, what? She's like, I order all of you to be my slaves from here on out. And we're like, hell yeah, it's Maeve. Woo, Maeve.
I first met her in Gloucester about 5 years ago. She was like a storm in a bottle, and she was the first fairy I got to know outside my village.
This is the first fairy that you got to know outside of your village? Why is this the OST? Sure.
Yeah, not that it's any surprise. But for a born ruler, there's nothing better than kicking all your would-be rivals to the ground. The first princess pageant in 100 years, and I'm the clear winner. Now, go out there and tell everyone in Britain that Nolaria is the new queen of the Northern Fairies.
Damn, the headless Arturia. Jesus. That's kind of cursed, not gonna lie.
Man, I didn't even make it past the preliminaries, let alone get a chance to go on stage. But it's okay, I'm only here because everyone in the village insisted I come anyway. Plus, I can't think of anything more idiotic than a princess pageant.
Pageant. It's like saying something you shouldn't. Yeah, it's that uncanny valley. It's like,
Besides, all we wanted was to see what things were like outside the village for once. I feel like an idiot. What am I even doing out here? I should be back home helping with the harvest. But no, I just had to come here to help my political campaign and to show everyone that...
Maeve? Is that how you pronounce it? If it's Maeve, is it Maeve?
Successor means business. I swear. What are the elders going to stop treating me like a greenhorn anyway? Not to mention the judge's criteria for beauty is just laughable. Don't they know real beauty comes from living a life you can be proud of, not what other people think of your looks. Contestants like us are the ones who decide what's beautiful, not the peanut gallery. Oh hello, aren't you the girl from Tintijo I saw in the prelims?
Yeah, it is a different staff. It's not the staff of selection or whatever.
No, I think you have the wrong fairy. I'm just here waiting tables part-time, so...
Huh. You have seen Noz MP, right? Which one? Are we talking about Yarandu or Maeve? I mean, I've seen all of the MPs, but do I remember it? Yeah. Not really, but... I mean, I've seen the rider one, right? Where she takes you in her carriage. Yarandu? Yeah, I have.
Why didn't you come to the main event? I thought it was going to come down to you and me.
So without context and random doesn't mean anything? It means nothing, yeah.
I would have enjoyed beating a worthy opponent rather than demolishing the competition. But you were nowhere to be seen. What? Did you leave early because the whole thing was so stupid? Stupid? Well, I guess I did feel pretty stupid. Why, you think I don't get what's going on here? I can tell you're thinking, look at the simple little girl who's jumping for joy over a stupid trophy. She has no idea I lost the battle but won the war. Well, I don't like it. I won't stand for it. You and I are going to compete again, right now. What's your best subject? Horseback riding? Dancing? Music? Combat? Chess? Whatever it is, that's going to be our real final battle. We're not going to stop until I'm good and satisfied. Oh, but we need to do something about that horribly tacky outfit first. Mac, Dim, tie this girl's clothes up for me, will ya? Let you wear one of my dresses instead. After that, we're going back on stage. Together, you and I are going to show these idiots in the crowd what it really means to shine like a beautiful princess. Huh? Wait, what are you... Hey, knock it off, you pink-haired, honey-brained, no way witch girl, before I knock your block off. I'm sorry, I had no idea you'd actually been eliminated in the preliminaries. I mean, my instincts have never been wrong before, you know? In that moment I saw you, I felt sparks all up and down my spine. Sparks! I thought there's something different about this fairy. I seriously got the impression you could turn the world on its head. Huh? Really? Is that how I actually seem to you, Maria? I guess it's true what they say about great talents blooming late. Believe it or not, I'm actually the child of... But I was wrong. You're so unimpressive that I must have looked from zero right back to hero.
Damn. That's crazy.
Oh, is that so? Guess it means you'd better quit bragging about your instincts from now on, huh? You're right. From now on, I'll make sure to observe fairies carefully, and not just rely on my intuition. Anyway, what's your village like, Artoria? You said it's on the western tip of southern Britain. My city's up on the northern tip, so I can't even imagine how different it must be. Do you get ash rain there? What color is the forest? Can you fish there? Are there any cute fairies you've got your eye on? Oh, and what was that exploding lamp you threw at me earlier?
The Northern Fairy kept peppering me with questions. I just seemed genuinely interested in the answers. Some of my nicer moments from back when we still didn't know each other well. Her name was Nonaria. Since I am the child of prophecy, she and I are destined to butt heads one day. But she was also my very first friend. Cool. She seemed pretty chill.
So yeah, I spent 2, maybe 3 days in Gloucester with her a few years ago. But as you can see, she never listens to anything anyone has to say, so she didn't make a great impression. That goes to read too, Artoria.
Really? She seems kinda cool.
You look meek enough, but you always talk way tougher than you look. Good to see you haven't changed.
They just mentioned Kasoria's spy bombs? Yeah, they did. Oh, this is a surprise. I had no idea Artoria had a friend she was on arguing terms with. And Nonaria of all fairies. I can't even imagine getting into a scuffle with her. Can you? Definitely not. I'm all tongue-tied just from seeing her. Nonaria, member of the King Clan and Queen of the North. Her magical energy covers the entire camp, even as we speak. She's one of the most notable fairies in all of Britain. Her combat abilities may not compare to the Tamlin. But even when it comes to outerworldly common sense and the sheer size of her fey domain, I don't think there's anyone in Fairy Britain who can match her. I guess I just can't tell since I'm not a fairy myself.
But look, Artoria's not backing down. No matter how snide Nonaria gets at her, she gives twice as good as she gets.
Yep, those two are a perfect match for each other. Arturia looks meek, but is actually a huge pain in the neck. And Nonaria makes a loud first impression, but she's actually very earnest. They're like two halves of a puzzle box. They may constantly be at odds, but in the end, they fit together perfectly.
Quiet, you. When did I say any of you could talk? You do know you're also under arrest for chocolate larceny, right?
Don't worry, I'm happy to pay you back for it. I'm feeling pretty flush right now. So... What?
Hey, Artoria, come here a second. What is it? You're not usually one for secrets. You want me to keep quiet about all the mischief you got up to in Gloucester or something? Of course not. Besides, I didn't get into any mischief. No, I want to ask you about that guy who just talked back to me. Is he human? Is he your attendant? Did your dream finally come true? Oh, no, he's my ally. He's a mage who came here from the outside world. We're pretending he's my attendant to make things easier, but if anything, he's the one who's helping me out. I see. So he's just a bodyguard, huh? What's his name? I can't tell since he's not wearing a collar or anything. Come on, please, tell me, please. Please? Are you feeling Nonaria? Did you eat something you shouldn't have? Maybe too much chocolate? Come on, Nonaria. Don't let it get to you. Oh no, I've just been feeling much kinder and gentler lately. So what's his name? How long have you known him? Well, his name is Delivermed, and I've known about him for about 20 days now.
I've known him for about 20 days.
I see. So you're still more than friends, less than lovers. Not that it would matter if you're dating, of course. Huh? But I digress. All that aside. Some child of prophecy turned out to be Arturia. What even is this ragtag band? Are you trying like at all? I can't believe you still don't have even a single squad to your name. I guess it's still the one fairy my intuition just doesn't work on.
Have we had a single actual typo yet? I feel like there have been times, but it could have also just been me misreading it. But maybe not.
But it looks like I was wrong about you again. You're as pathetic now as you were back then. I guess a bunch of third-rate losers are the best pathetic low-class fairy like yourself can attract. Take that back, Nonaria. Don't you dare make fun of my friends. They're all much more accomplished, wiser, braver, cuter, and grandpa-ish than I am.
Grandpa-ish, huh?
And if nothing else, they're way stronger than those soldiers you got waiting on you. Is that so? Oh, alright then, prove it.
Oh.
I'll see for myself who's stronger, your allies or my soldiers. If you guys win, I'll pardon you for your chocolate theft, and you'll be all free to go. But... But what? If my soldiers win, I take Deliverment for myself. Huh? Are you serious, Nonaria? Don't tell me Deliverment's your type.
Oh no. We must win, guys.
Something like that. I was going to need a mage for my war with Morgan anyway. Now, less talking, more fighting, Arturia. Let's see which one of us is better suited to be Britain's savior.
Oh no. Ew. She doesn't even have her skill 3. She can't even dip out. I need you to die, Habitrat. Oh my god. Okay, it's fine. Guts?
キラキラしてる。
調子は悪くねえな。
Oh. Oh, I am not a saber.
妖精が何だってんだ。俺先に行く。
出席確認。
神髄解明、完成理念収束、鍛造技法臨界。これが俺の
つぶかい村正だ。 That didn't even break them, did it? Great.
バカぞ。
不勉強。
Remaining 5, by the way. Please, just. Thanks. Appreciate it.
折れんなよ。あの辺りか。神髄解明、完成理念収束、鍛造技法臨界。これが俺のつむか
You
い
know, look at it on the bright side. I don't think losing this is even that bad.
せーの
Low key.
バカぞ。
任せて
出席確認
OK いくよ。
ケアレスミス。
せーのああ、とても楽しかったとも。発進準備完了だ。早く早く
レ
任せて。どんな嵐であろうとも、どんな未来が待とうとも、これを突破するのが私たちの課題なのさ。ボンビアージョまた会おう諸君。
Nice.
ケアレスミス。
芸術とは輝くもの
That's
さ。
a lot of MP strength up. Oh, never mind. It's gone. Guts.
やることは変わらねえよ。
宇宙を現代宇宙を学びましょうか。
あの辺りか。
任せて。
世界は学びに満ちている。ならば今こそ人は学ぶ時。知識こそが悪を断つ。マハープラーヤ。
いいぜ、決めてやる。
せーの
Disastrous curse.
先に行く。あ、切るぜ。若造、目直せ。くれて
Might
や
as
る
well
よ。
stack it up.
てめえとは反りが合わねえよ。
Oh, these two, of course.
さて、妖精が何だってんだ。
黄金律にもシュルねえ、このアングルバッチリ。発進準備完了だ。早く早く
Go!
どんな嵐であろうとも、どんな未来が待とうとも、これを突破するのが私たちの課題なのさ。ボンビアージョまた会おう諸君。
神髄解明、完成理念収束、鍛造技法臨界。これが俺のつむかり村正だ。
Emmanuel, you're just
若
a
造。
deer mood hater because he spooked you. On the Richard banner.
櫛灘姫を髪にすね。そこに至るはあまたの研鑽。気づきに気づいた刀塚。 八重垣作るは戦時の刃知った成仏していきな
Pinos has put them on Eres banner. Nice.
いざいざ
Oh shit, all of them are alive.
歴史数学
ああ、とても楽しかったとも。
宇宙を学びましょうか。
発進準備
で
完了だ。早く早く。
万物を学ぶことで真に大切なものを知るマハープララヤ人を学ぶ
Nice. That's all I needed. Break one.
駆け抜けるは前人未到。未完の馬よ、輝ける轍を残せ。ああ、人生はとても楽しい。ビューティフル
This is
ジャー
taking
ニ
way
ー。
too long.
ケアレスミス
Everyone lived.
ジョーちゃんの面倒も大変だな。なんで前に出たがるのかね。
Were those fairy generals?
Yeah, they might have looked awfully familiar, but I'm pretty sure we're only seeing things. Let's just move on.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. What a boss fight, yeah.
There, you see? The Diplomatic team won. I told you they were amazing. Now, let's go free. Queens are supposed to keep their promises, right? Of course. Believe me, I don't have time to be messing around with you either. I was in the middle of running military exercises when you decided to steal my chocolate. Also, my enemy is Queen Morgan, not the child of prophecy. I have nothing to say to a low-class fairy who still hasn't made a name for herself. Go wherever you like, for all I care.
Oh. Does this mean the King Clan doesn't see the Child of Prophecy as competition? I think it would be to your advantage to capture us rather than let us go free.
Of course, I see you as competition, and the only king fit to rule Britain. As far as I'm concerned, both Morgan and the Child of Prophecy are obstacles to my rule. That said, I can't take Morgan's arms lightly.
Army, not arms.
Lightly, if I'm going to win, I need to make use of everything I can. Either Morgan will jump at my provocation and leave her castle to face me, or I'll attack her castle myself once all my preparations are complete. Either way, I need to keep the other clans in check in the meantime, which is why I want the Child of Prophecy to keep stirring things up. Get it? The more you scurry around, making trouble, the more Morgan will have to divert forces from me to focus on you. I don't really expect you to ring all the bells of pilgrimage, but could you manage maybe 2 of them? If you can manage that, I'll take care of the rest. I'll take control of Camelot, send Morgan packing, and banish every human from this island. As a descendant of the Northern Fairies, and the daughter of the great Mav, I'll be the one to restore Britain to the way it was always meant to be. Still, I'm also very generous, so I'm willing to make a few exceptions. If the humans are willing to change their ways, I could set up an autonomous zone for them to live in.
Yeah?
As proof, I grant you permission to speak freely, Delivermat. Is there anything you want to ask me? Go ahead, just this once. I'll give you an honest answer.
Okay, in that case. What's with the hearts? That's what I want to know.
Hearts, is there a figure of speech or something? I see. So you're just dying to know more about me, huh? Well, I can't blame you. I am something special after all. As a human, you might have trouble believing this, but what you're seeing around me is all the magical energy I can't keep bottled up inside. As a King Clan fairy, I usually try not to show others my hopes and dreams, at least not until I assume the throne. But I just can't stop my feelings, passion, from spilling out everywhere I go. It's not the kind of thing most fairies would brag about, you know?
Excuse me, Lady Nonaria, but we've received a request from Edinburgh.
What is it? Math chances like this don't come along every day, you know? If this is about military exercises, I can wait until...
I'm sorry, my lady, but this is about Moor's disease, if I may. Not enough transcription subjects. Number of Sheffield refugees.
Tell them we'll make a list right away. I'll make the selections myself. Looks like our little chat is over. You guys are free. Go wherever you like. Oh, but I'll just say one last thing. Try to conduct yourself with at least some dignity, Arturia. Nobody will follow a knight who can't even look the part.
Sure. Londinium. Oh, we have to try Richard one more time. Zeno also set a full attack C on him. Nice. What a tragedy. Yeah.
テレアスよ、剣を一本貸してくれ。これも天秤に乗せるとしよう。これより、そうきたか。
なんだと
Let's see it now. Let's see this one. Oh shit.
今からホーリーグレイル探索競争を開始する。参加は自由だ。首跳ねウサギには気をつけろ。さあ走れ走れ。たとえ喜劇じみた理由だろうと、何かを追い求めた熱は後で誰かの道になる。
Oh, this sounds cool as well. This sounds really cool.
ささやかに
Yeah, obviously from into the fight. I prefer this one. Yeah, I think so as well.
どれにしよう決着の時だ決着の時だ決着の時だ望むところだ
Wait, I'm pretty sure I can like kill all of them.
あとどうしますせいアンサー取った
Bro? I was gonna say, please attack me at least.
この刃の名をこれよりエクスカリバーとする。
どうします
そうきたか。
はい暗殺エアツキング
検討は好きか。
Nice.
何か踏んでしまったかな
Went from 6 to 7.
Well, a little trip southbound through the chocolate fields brought us back to southern Britain. Gloucester's not too far from here. How about stopping by? You've never been to Gloucester before, right, Heavy Cat?
No, but it's Miriam City, right?
I have a pretty clear idea what it'd be like.
It could be fun, but I also doubt it got any cute brides for me, so I'm good with whatever the Liberman decides.
I see. That's too bad.
For the time being, we should find somewhere safe.
I agree. The best thing we could do now is lay low and plan our next move. If we're going to decide on something as important as whether we fight the Queen or run from her, we'll need some place safe to consider our plan.
Gloucester's definitely out. I don't know about Miriam, but I wouldn't trust Gwen Sky as far as I could throw her. As far as I could throw her.
What about the Welsh Forest? That's Oberon's territory after all.
Salisbury could be another good option. How about it? We could tell Lady Aurora everything that's happened so far. What do you think, Oberon? Good question. Well, I definitely wouldn't recommend my forest. It'd make for lousy secret headquarters. And I don't think Salisbury or Norwich are safe either. We shouldn't put too much credence in the Queen's promise to leave us alone. If Beryl were to lead Morgan's army against us, Aurora wouldn't be able to stop him.
Looks like Maria was right. We need our own military strength. Maybe we should go back to the stone border. Besides, if we found to show her off to Arturian Gareth.
To see his chain? I saw his chain. At least I saw his lion chain. Is his normal chain different? I don't want to use him again.
We don't have to go through the Nameless Woods either. We can take a detour around it to reach the coast. Plus, we could also stop by Arturia's hometown, Tintagel, on the way.
A little bit.
No, let's save that for a last resort. We're not running for our lives yet, after all.
If it's military strength we need, we've got exactly one option. In fact, I'd say the safest place for the Child of Prophecy right now isn't the fairy city at all. It's a city southeast of Oxford. We need to go to England's capital in proper human history. The ruins of Londinium, where humans have set up their home base. Now that Arturia has gotten rid of Norwich's calamity, there's no reason for us to hesitate to knock on their door. I think it's time Britain's destined savior paid the Round Table Army a visit. Finally! Finally! I've been wondering when they're gonna come into play. Forgot about them for a sec, same. Wanna see his second ascension. Sure. Good job, everyone. And it wasn't easy coming so far without stopping to sleep, but we're almost to Londinium now. Only 2 more hills to go. But first, why don't we take a quick break? Besides, it's almost lunchtime. I'm sure they'll have a relaxing meal outside instead of rocking back and forth in the carriage too. Right, Delivermet? Are we safe out here? We'll have the main roads between cities during the night, so I'm sure we won't run into any of the Queen's troops around here.
So we're finally visiting Londinium. I wonder what the stories say about it.
Well, up until 2000 years ago, when it was still the Fey era. It was the largest city in all of Britain. It said that 5 fairy clans coexisted there peacefully, and that they even chose a human for their lord.
Really? Then does that mean Londinium used to be a human city?
It sure does, but it was destroyed during the insurrection that took place at the end of the Fey era. It may have been the most heavily fortified city in Britain at the time, but I guess there wasn't much it could do against an attack from within. Still haven't found out how it ended up in the ruins after that, though. Interesting. After all, the Queen decided to build a new castle, Camelot, instead of rebuilding Londinium.
Huh. Guess you don't know everything about everything after all, Oberon. It's the fairy clans that reduced Londinium to rubble. After Ash ended the war between various clans, she appointed a human knight as their new king. The human boy who was leading the Round Table Army at the time. A huge festival was held to celebrate the new king and his coming reign. But then, during his coronation, a group of anti-fairy humans started a riot, and a number of the fairies living in Londinium were killed. The clankheads were incensed. So they raided Londinium and put every soldier in the round table army to death. The knight who was supposed to be king fell in battle, and Ash was executed after the clankheads held her responsible for the riot. Even the sage managed to give them the slip. Yo, Kukester. And since no one could kill the Black Knight, they crushed his ears and threw him into the sea. Damn, okay. By that point, the Tamlin had gotten fed up with the whole ridiculous ordeal and decided to go over to Orkney, taking Ash's coffin with them. Ash. That's a fairy who was once treated as Britain's savior, right? From what I heard, her, the Sage, the Black Knight, and the Tamlin all saved Britain countless times. The Black Knight. So what was the Tamlin's name? Oh, Mike told me that back in Salisbury. Let's see, I'm pretty sure it was... Huh? That's weird. I know I've heard it before, but I can't remember what it was. Oh, is that kind of like a grating? Would you forget about it? Hey, don't worry about it. My point is, Londinium has a lot of history as the home base of Britain's humans. Or not Grey, sorry, Jack. So this new Round Table army is holed up where the old one got wiped out. Ain't the superstitious type, but don't you think that's just asking for trouble? You'll see why it's not a problem once you get to Londinium, Muramasa. Frankly, if you ask me, both Morgan and the clan heads ought to have their heads examined. I don't know why else they'd abandon Londinium, even after they destroyed it. I'm surprised you know so much about Londinium, Heavy Cat. I mean, you don't know anything about Gloucester or Salisbury. I know about Salisbury. That's the city with the big cathedral, right? I've seen Aurora before too. I just didn't pay her much attention. She's not my type. I see. So, are you sure you're okay missing out on all the beautiful cities? Sure, I'm sure. This isn't exactly a sightseeing tour. Kinda curious why you're so considerate of me though. Fishing for a discount on your wedding dress or something. Huh? No, I'm not looking for a dress. I haven't even found a partner yet. I mean, it's not that. It's just... Just what? It's nothing. I'm going to fetch some water. Be right back. That was close. I almost said something I shouldn't again. Anyway, I'm kind of worried about Heavy Cat. I can see Artoria and delivery Matt's future just fine. But I can't see anything for hers. Yeah, I can imagine. Morse! Also, she can see the future? Oh. Crap, I have to kill it before it touches me. Yeah! Huh? That's weird. My lance has always worked before. Oh, right. That's only because Artoria was helping me out with her magecraft. But now that it's just me... Oh, this is so like me. I always get carried away like this, even though I'm weak. So now I'm going to die out here, unable to fight back, never having accomplished anything. Percy! Here he is. Finally. Finally. A fridge, yeah. You're so close. If you just taken 6 steps back and gotten a running start, you could have definitely taken it out. You're not the biggest fairy out there, so you need more than just the weight of a thrust to get to the Morse's skin. Make sure the foot you're basing on faces forward instead of the side, and try to let gravity do the hard work for you. But I guess that'll be something to work on next time, which is all the more reason to stand
back up now.
Oh, okay. May I ask you...
Me?
I came out here to fetch some water and saw you going into the forest. I was going to warn you to be careful since we tend to get Morse out here.
But I guess I was a little too late.
Luckily, there are only 2 of them.
Do you think you can help me? I'd really appreciate it.
Yes, of course. And Gareth, by the way.
And Percival, would you mind taking the Morse on the right then, brave knight?
Wait, did he say Percival? What?
What? Oh, I'm MP locked, I think. Yeah. Bro, can you get rid of this? I don't want this. Hello? I don't want my Gareth to get attacked. Give me my Spear of Longinus. It's just spear. Yeah, I didn't think about that. The placing of the 3 target focus.
I won! I can't believe it! I actually beat a Morse on my own.
Well, I don't know about that one. That was great. Don't sell yourself short. You're already strong, and you'll only get stronger the more you train. By the way, Gareth, right? I recall seeing you around here before. You should know there's going to be a big battle here soon. You'd probably be safer heading to Norwich or Manchester instead of staying here. Unless you came here looking to join Londinium's Round Table army. We could really use all the help we can get at this point. Even so, I'm not sure Londinium is the best place for a lovely girl like yourself. There are still lots of holes in the roofs we haven't gotten around to patching up yet. Not to mention the ghosts that haunt us at night.
Excuse me, I'm sorry to interrupt, but... Did you really say your name is Percival?
Yep, that's me. Good name for a human, isn't it? I'm pretty fond of it myself.
Oh, please, let me introduce myself more properly. I'm Gareth, attendant to the Child of Prophecy. And I'm happy to tell you she's making her way to Londinium right now.
Oh, those eyes. I really want to know why he has the Spear of Longinus. I guess we'll see.
Garrett's really taking her time. Maybe I'm getting worked up over nothing, but I can't help but worry. You know, I think I'll go fetch some water myself. We can cross the hills after I get back.
I'll go with... Huh?
It looks like Garrett is back. I wonder why she's jumping up and down, all excited like that.
I see she got someone with her too. Someone tall and pretty handsome.
I recognize that oversized breastplate. Hey! Guys! You'll never believe this! Look who I met! It's Percival! The leader of the Round Table Army and the strongest human in Britain!
I'm sorry. I know this isn't the most proper introduction. It's an honor to meet you, Child of Prophecy, and you, Foreign Mage. I'm Percival, the Round Table Army's acting leader. I know I'm dressed like a knight, but I'm really just an ignorant country boy. I never studied the ways of chivalry, so I hope you can forgive my inadvertent rudeness on my part. Any rudeness. Great to meet you too. Thank you. I'm glad to see you in such high spirits. I understand why you're here now. You need a safe place to prepare for your confrontation with the Queen's army, yes? Then you're very welcome to stay with us in Londinium. Does he have a mullet? I'm afraid it still needs a lot of repairs, so it's not going to be in the best shape to welcome the Child of Prophecy. But it's also one of the most heavily fortified places in Britain, and I promise you, my soldiers and I will keep you safe while you plan your next move. Just longish hair? The supply team is back with lumber. Let's get back to work repairing those ramparts. Ah yes, the Romans. Send 80% to the outer walls, and 20% to the inner walls. Focus on patching up the kids' homes first. The disguised merchants are heading out to Norwich this afternoon to buy supplies. If there's anything you need, add it to the list. Don't be shy, we got a count backing us. Just go easy on the luxury goods. Yeah! Remember, we can't match the Fang Clan's speed. We need to fight smarter, not harder. Take a beat before following up your spear strikes. Your opponent will dodge them easily if you trust too soon. Keep your spears pointed ahead of you as soon as you sense a shield coming. And don't forget to keep your sword on hand too, so you can also stab your opponent in their flank at the same time. Don't bother with bows and arrows, you'll never hit anyone, and the enemy will see you coming the moment you take aim. We have 10 archers firing volleys from the ramparts of defense. It should keep the enemy back, but if they actually hit someone, even better. Yo, what's up?
I don't know how to sharpen blades, but I can still help. Look, mister, the tip of your spear's chipped. You'll never beat the fairy's fangs with that. Why don't you stop by our smithy sometime?
Ain't exactly pristine, but it's sure lively. Everyone's running around, keeping busy with something.
Air glance. It looks like they've got around 300 combat-ready soldiers, give or take. If you count the humans taking shelter here, they're about doubles their numbers. They probably have their old amphibia ones doing needlework in the back. This is great, I love it. It's not an army so much as a whole city in the middle of being rebuilt. I'm gonna go look for brides. I know what you mean. The walls and roads may be in terrible shape, but there's more life here than we've seen in any of the other cities. Of course, this is where London is located in proper human history. No wonder there's so much energy.
Something wrong?
Oh, sorry. It's nothing.
I'm sure it's nothing.
I was wondering why such a beautiful place was... Artoria?
Wait, what were you thinking, Commander? You can't just go jumping off the ramparts and running off into the woods like that. You're the cornerstone of the Round Table Army, the hope of everyone in Londinium. You can't just wander off because someone caught your eye anymore. Something caught your eye. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't notice you had people with you. Are you all here to join the Round Table Army? If you come with me to registration at the town square, we can... That won't be necessary, Magar. These people aren't here to join us. They're very important guests. Isn't that right, Oberon?
Yep, at least for now. Whether they end up joining the Round Table Army or not is ultimately up to Artoria.
Oberon. Oh wow, it is Oberon. When did you get here? Hey everyone, it's Oberon. The big jerk Oberon's back.
Everyone knows him.
You're right, it's really him. It's Oberon the Cold-Hearted. The Cold-Hearted, huh? You just showed up out of nowhere again. Where the hell have you been all this time? We have been sticking around for a while. You don't want to make the kids cry again, do ya? Every time you leave, it takes a little longer to cheer them all back up.
That goes for us ladies too. Your sweet nothings always make us feel like princesses. While we love those little moments of affection, you also need to take care of us afterwards. We still have lots of work to do, you know?
Really, Oberon?
Hey, it's not what you think, okay? I'm a very serious person here in Londinium, I swear.
Oh yeah, you're serious about it. Serious about putting on performances every chance you get. Whenever you show up, the whole Round Table Army goes back to being ordinary citizens. It's the closest thing we have to festivals around here. Don't get me wrong, it helps us keep smiling even when times are tough, but wait, hang on. Didn't you say next time you came back you'd bring the Child of Prophecy with you? No way, is that...
Oh crap. That's right. This is Artoria, the savior of Norwich you've all heard so much about. Her staff selection was sent here from Paradise, just like Percival's spirit selection.
Oh. Interesting.
She's the Child of Prophecy, the savior of Britain you've all been waiting for.
The spirit of selection, huh? Close to the boss fights? Yep.
Huh, it really is like a festival. I guess we won't be able to talk to Artoria for a while. Seems like everyone in town's caught Child of Prophecy fever. Maybe we should help her out, Oberon. I don't think she's too big on being fawned over like that.
No,
I'm sure she isn't. Artoria's always been keenly aware of the pressure that comes with fairies pinning their hopes on her. At the same time, she's always been good at handling those very high hopes. What do you think, Delivermet? Should we rescue her from that crowd?
nah, she'll be fine.
Oh, you look happy about this, Delivermet. Is Artoria really handling this differently than usual?
She sure is.
Usually she stutters and fumbles for words for guilt and lack of confidence, but not this time. This is Londinium, a city that dreams of a proper future for Britain. The people she's talking to now aren't just hoping she'll keep them safe because they're only worried about themselves. She's seeing something much purer than that now. In fact, I bet she's actually proud of the Child of Prophecy for the first time in her life. To be the Child of Prophecy. It's like her eyes have been clouded by everything she's seen all this time, and she's finally seeing clearly.
What do you mean?
Oh, nothing. It's just a thought I had. I'm the Fairy King after all,
So I tried my hand at a little poetic figure of speech for once. Okay. I'm sorry everyone kept you so long. I hope it wasn't too much. It wasn't too much bother. Too much of a bother.
Oh no, no bother at all. They were all incredibly nice. You had to tell them I enjoyed my time immensely. On another note,
Yeah, it felt like that, Robert, but also I'm gonna wait because I'm sure they're gonna tell us. I'm not sure what right now.
Muramas is the only one not here. Is he talking to the townspeople?
Hey, sorry I'm late. Had to take care of something. Turns out they do have a smithy here, but it's a damn shambles. It's a damn shambles, sure. What's up, Kesta? They got a great furnace, but only one guy who knows how to tend it worth a damn. You gotta come take a close. You gotta come take a look. See, Arturia. It's one hell of a fixer-upper. They got a ton of quartz crystals too, so you can make all the glass stuff you want.
Whoa, really? That sounds great. I'll definitely check it out. But not right now. Peso was just about to show us to the Round Table Army's war room. As a member of the Child Prophecy's entourage, you are not to go off on your own like that anymore. Got it?
The Child of Prophecy's entourage. When did you turn into Miss High and Mighty? You haven't even rung one damn bell yet. Yeah, she seems pretty different here. All their attention got to your head or something. Nah, that ain't it. It's not Aria, isn't it? Hey, I get it. It must be rough seeing your old frenemy living it up as a queen. Then again, it's not like you two are working with the same kind of materials. It's a shame you're a little too lacking in sex appeal to be queen yourself.
I heard that, Muramasa!
Isn't she like way younger than Maeve? Or no idea. There's more than one way to be a king. I guess you're right. Sorry, Arturia. Shouldn't have been running my mouth like that. Aria's weird aura must have left a bigger impression on me than I realized. It's wonderful to see you getting along so well. And I don't mean just the two of you. I mean everyone. Don't, Robert, don't. I was worried that the Child of Prophecy might be buckling under the weight of her incredible responsibilities. The cameraman was Muramasa all along, true. But it looks like I was worried for nothing. We could learn a lot from your example.
Not at all. And one has learned a lot from the people of Londinium. I've been to plenty of different cities, and they all had various class differences and complaints about the Queen. Even so, one thing they all had in common was a wish for someone to save them from their situation. But the people of this town are different. They're also honest, and they don't depend on anyone else. Now that I'm talking to them myself, I see that there are fairies standing up for humans, and humans standing up for fairies. They're not fighting just for themselves, they're standing up to the Queen to make things better for everyone else. And I think that's exactly what a true Knight of the Round Table should be. People who don't stand above or below one another, but who all stand side by side to help one another.
Damn, she's acting so differently than usual. Interesting. I have no way of knowing what a true knight of the Round Table is supposed to be like. But true, the Round Table army isn't a resistance run solely by or for humans. We do want to change things for humans, but first we want to change all of Britain for the better. We don't differentiate between humans and fairies. We're just people who share a dream for the future. Even I'm no more than one of many such people Lord Oberon assembled. Lord Oberon?
Oberon? You don't mean... No wonder you were so wildly popular.
Oh, that's right. Lord Oberon founded the Round Table Army. Oh, it's a very new thing then. Yeah, okay. It's a new thing here. Yeah, okay. I was thinking back to the past with Ash and stuff. Okay, yeah. He saved me when I had nowhere else to go. Removed the curse on Londinium. And carefully, quietly traveled Britain in search of like-minded people. And he works himself to the bone to keep us funded. Though I've also heard he's under reputation as a notorious debtor throughout Britain. Lots of soldiers are under the impression that I'm the Round Table Army's leader. But I believe that role belongs to Lord Oberon. Come on, cut it out. I've told you before. All I did was invest in this operation. You're the Round Table Army's leader, Percival. You're the one who grew it to this size. Alright, if you insist, Lord Oberon. Let's just say that I managed to find all these wonderful allies through one person's dedicated efforts, rather than good fortune. Anyway, now that you're all more acclimated to Londinium, let me show you to our headquarters. Unfortunately, it's the only place so far to be both well guarded and have a proper roof. Sorry about that.
Hang on, Percival. What's this picture up on the wall?
Picture? Oh, that's a mural that was painted during the Fey era. None of us really know much about it though. Ooh, show me it. I wanna see that. I wanna see that. That sounds fun. Oh, it's this one. It's the thingy. Calamity.
Is that 6 fairies dancing around a large beast? It almost looks like they're holding a festival. But I've never seen any beast like that in Britain before.
Looks like some kind of monster to me. Maybe a personification of the calamities.
I don't know if I agree with that. The beast almost looks like it loves them.
I think so too. You probably can't feel it because you're a proper human history spirit, Muramasa. But this beast is definitely depicted as very loving.
Good luck, Kaista. Good luck. Have a good one.
No British fairy would be afraid of this mural. If anything, I think it'd be seen as grand.
Huh? Because I'm a proper human history heroic spirit.
Grand, huh? I can't tell how it feels to get out of habitat since I'm not a fairy myself. But this wouldn't happen to be a religious painting, would it, Percival?
Religious painting. I'm sorry, I don't know what that word means. Yeah, there's no concept of religion here. All I know is that this mural originally belonged to the fairies of Orkney, the Vane clan. It said that the Knight of Londinium brought it here from the ruins of Orkney. While Londinium was still being constructed. Apparently, it depicts the creation of Britain, and in old fairy language, it is known as the Abyssal Worm. Also, is this... Kinda looks like a dragon. Kinda looks like Albion. Okay. The Abyssal Worm. Even though it looks like a huge beast. Why did Fish Lady pop up? Is something wrong, Delivery Matt? Did you see someone suspicious over there? Must have been the wind. I felt like I was being watched. Hey, Da Vinci. You said this was a religious painting, right? You mean you think it's a god?
Yeah, it probably is. The 6 fairies shown here are obviously stand-ins for the 6 clans, probably the original forefathers.
Makes sense.
Whatever that big thing is, they're clearly worshipping it. It has to mean this creature stands above the fairies, which would make it a god.
But the thing is, there are no gods in Fairy Britain. Like I said, the Great Cathedral is only for show. I've been to almost every city in Britain looking for information, and I've never seen another mural like that. That's my point. This mural's been around since before Morgan's rule. Hell, it's been around since before Fairy Britain was even a thing. Oh, so it's depicting something from the Fae era, before it became the era of the High Queen. Wait, then does that mean Queen Morgan doesn't know about this mural? Nah, she must. And it's probably no accident that it was left out of the history books. Once Morgan became queen, she wanted to be the only power the fairies believed in. So she erased the concept of godhood from Britain by pretending it never existed. That way, it could never pose a threat to her rule. Great. It may just be that this mural holds part of the answer as to what causes the calamities. Can we see under the mural? It looked like there was some kind of like skull. It kind of looked like a dragon skull. Can we see that? And why there are no gods in Britain? Too bad the only words on it are written in Old Farian. I can't make heads or tails of it. Can you read it, Oberon? Here, look. This part here definitely looks like writing. I'm sorry, but no. I can kind of read the modern fairy language now, but this is beyond me. I guess the only people who can read this are Camelot's administration. I see. Well, that's too bad. Gosh, I had no idea this picture was so important. I'm sorry I'm too uneducated to be of any help. Still, if it's that important, I'll make arrangements to have it properly preserved right away, instead of leaving it out exposed to the elements. I'll also look for historians and have them dig around to see if there are any other notable artifacts. That's crazy, he's so proactive. If we're lucky, they might be able to turn up some other precious records. Good idea. Once we take over Norwich, we should have a lot more personnel to work with. Either way, we need to get to work. We need to get to work on restoring Londinium, so the sooner we can put together a plan, the better. Huh? I'm sorry, did you say take over Norwich? Yeah, that's what I was like, what? Welcome to the War Room. We repurposed the room from the bell tower because it gives us a view of all of Londinium. We also repurposed the rooms on the floor right below as guest rooms, so I hope you'll find them to your liking. We have something more important to talk about right now. I'm serious about taking over Norwich. I thought the Round Table Army's only enemy was the Queen. What reason could you have to attack anywhere apart from Camelot? You're right, normally such a thing would be unthinkable for us, but we can't afford to ignore what's going on in Norwich. Your valiant efforts did lead to the destruction of the Calamity at Norwich. But the instant the Child of Prophecy left Camelot, Spriggan petitioned the Queen for military aid. He claims that the residents of Norwich now support the Child of Prophecy and are now traitors to the crown. He's using the Child of Prophecy as an excuse to massacre fairies and take back his land. We only learned about this yesterday from a secret correspondence sent by someone calling himself the Count, of course. The Queen's forces will probably arrive at Norwich tonight. I doubt we have more than 2 days to spare. We have already put out a call for our comrades across the land to come back to Londinium. As soon as they're all here, we'll set out for Norwich. Our goal is to occupy Norwich's gate and take control of the city before Spriggan can have his citizens massacred. Even if they paint us as barbaric invaders for doing so. I don't much like our chances at victory. Norwich's people aren't going to be happy to see us. Most fairies just think of the Round Table Army as a gang of militant humans. I don't see much difference between the Round Table Army and Spriggan, really. A gang of human militants. But please, I don't want you all worrying about that. We're the ones who made this call. This isn't your battle to fight. You're here to recover. You'll be safe in Londinium, but even the Queen's Mage Cat can reach you here. Deliver, Matt. I know how Arturia must be feeling right now, too. You want me to be the one to say it, don't you? Let's go ring that bell, Arturia. It's time to start it.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Oh man, this is gonna be rough. Alright, I understand. I made up my mind too. Percival, you can't once ask for my help.
That meeting with Nonaria, like, completely changed Arturia. It gave her so much confidence.
I need to tell the people of Londinium. All you've done is encourage me and worry about me. You can't demand that I save you in return for or anything at all. You've only wished me luck. So I'm going to do my part too. I can't ring Norwich's bell by myself. I'm going to need your help. So please, help me. Help me show everyone that the Round Table isn't some gang of militant humans, but comrades of the Child of Prophecy who are just as intent on saving Britain as she is.
Damn. The confidence from Arturia. I'm not used to it. It would be my genuine pleasure, Arturia. Thank you. I can't say if this battle of ours will ultimately be for good or for evil. But I can swear upon this land that we will do our best to make you proud. Allow me to fill you in on the makeup of the Round Table Army. We have one company made up of about 400 fairies and humans under my command that serves as our main military force. 400, okay, that's a lot bigger than I thought. Whoa. We also have 5 platoons of about 50 soldiers each. Damn! 2 of the platoons are led by 2 fairy knights who are part of the Queen's army, Ovalia and Etoile. The other 3 are led by human knights, Kenwood, Landon, and Calvus. Why do the fairy knights have such cooler names? Sure, I'll introduce you to everyone later. We have another 5 squads made up of like-minded comrades, but they're still in training. Their instructor is Secretary Magar, whom you all met earlier. Londinium is also home to a large number of civilians, as you saw for yourselves. They're the ones who handle construction, sewing, cooking, smithing, governance, and education. It's a lot of work for only 300 people. But they've all been doing a great job. Next, I should tell you about the city's reconstruction timetable and the amount of resources we'll need to procure each month in order to...
Whoa, hold on, Percival. Why don't you just tell me all the nitty-gritty stuff later? Right now, it's probably better if we just focus on the Norwich attack. I mean, see for yourself.
Doing her best to listen politely even though she's barely following along.
See? They hit the limit a long time ago. You have to understand, it's only been the 8 of us for a while now. So we really need to ease them into discussions involving the best use of thousands of personnel, you know?
Yes, you're right. I'm sorry. I was just so touched by what Lady Arturia said that I didn't realize I was running my mouth. I'm so embarrassed.
No, that's okay. I get pretty rambly when I'm happy too. But could you just call me Arturia, like you did before? I don't think I'm ready for lady yet.
Of course, Arturia. Alright, let me try this again. We plan on sending half of my company and 3 of our platoons to Norwich. It's about 400 soldiers in total. In the meantime, the Count has gathered a group of anti-Queen, well, anti-Sprigganville MPs and residents of Norwich who are also willing to fight. I'm told they number about 400 as well. So between ourselves and the Count's forces, we should have about 800 soldiers. That's what we'll have to defeat the troops the Queen sends from Camelot with. And to help you reach the bell tower in Spriggan's Castle. 800, huh? Ain't much if you're hoping to take control of both the city and Spriggan's Castle. Not to mention, we'll be up against fairies, while half of our soldiers are human. You're not worried we might be outclassed? No, I'm not. The Round Table Army uses weapons and tactics that are optimized for fighting fairies. I have complete faith in our ability to make up for the difference in power. However, Spriggan's Vault Castle, as he calls it, would be too much for us to handle. It's an impregnable iron tower that neither human nor fairy can possibly break through. So I'd like to ask your help in infiltrating it. Delivermed, Lord Oberon has told me about your magecraft. He said that you're capable of summoning warriors in battle that can easily defeat an entire platoon. You won't be able to break through the walled castle's gate by sheer force. Our only hope is for a small team to sneak inside and open it from within. It'd be a dangerous mission, but would you be willing to accept it? Don't worry, I'm great at that sort of thing, and so is Arturia.
Just don't bring up Merlin Magecraft now, Delivermed.
I want to know more about this version of Merlin. Because she brought him up a bit, but we haven't, like, seen anything from him here. I wonder, like, how different he is. They're both built up. Yeah. Thank you, Delivermed. With you and Arturia helping, I think we have a real chance of victory. The platoons we have out on patrol in the south right now will be back by evening. Once they arrive, we'll set out for Norwich. Ideally, we should be able to arrive under cover at night and take control of the city before Spriggan can react. Hope you don't mind that I'll be leading the charge once we arrive, Arturia.
Not at all. This is your army. We should be giving the orders. You should be giving the orders.
Alright, I'll go plan our attack with this new development in mind. The Count was kind enough to enclose a map with his letter. That should help us secure a route inside. Nothing that Pepe can't do, huh? I expect we'll be leaving in about 3 hours. Until then, take some time to relax.
Gotcha. I'm gonna go pay the textile workshop a visit then.
That pile of unused cloth scraps was downright obscene. I know the weavers must be busy, but you could make so many cute clothes for the children with all that. So I'm gonna go help them out and prove just how dependable old Happy Cat can be.
As for me, I consider myself your apprentice now, Percival. So I'd love it if you could give me more lessons on how to improve my land skills.
Of course, though I'm afraid I can only spare the time until the strategy outline comes in. I'm gonna go give the kids at the smithy some pointers. Far as I can tell, this whole city's only got one decent blacksmith and a bunch of apprentices. Guess I better go put in some overtime since I can't help much with the battle. Is there anything you'd like me to look into, Percival? Yes, I'd like you to see what's happening in Oxford. Woodwose is the most likely of all the clan heads to lose patience first. So after Norwich, I'm guessing he'll be our next major threat. I'm inclined to agree, yes. I'll talk to Aurora as well, see if she can keep him occupied for us.
Aurora? But I thought she only has a self-defense force, not an army.
Armies are just one of the tools for fighting a war, Da Vinci.
You see, Woodwose has had kind of a thing for Aurora lately. So if the woman he wants so much but hasn't given him the time of day suddenly wanted to see him.
That's cold. That is cold.
Oh, don't worry. Aurora is a lot more open-minded than you might think. She'll be genuinely happy to show Woodwose some affection. No, wait. As kind as she is, she might actually make Woodwose fall hard for her. I'd better make her understand being too nice to him might lead him on a bit. Alright, I'm gonna fly over to Salisbury. If all goes well, I'll see you guys again in Norwich. Okay, I gotta go introduce myself to Secretary Magar. What are you going to do? Deliver me at Artoria? I'm going to take Percival up on his kind offer and take a nap in the room below. It looks like we have a long nighttime march ahead of us, so I need to rest up while I can.
Yeah, I'll do the same. Okay then, everyone. Please meet back here in 3 hours. Our assault on Norwich begins at sunset. That's that. Now the boss fights begin. I'm not doing another one though. That's gonna be it for today. Oh. Holy. That's gonna be it. Damn. We progressed the story. 2 sections. Pretty good. Yeah, pretty good. We advanced 2 sections of the story. I think there's 15 sections in this part, so we have quite a bit to go through. Chickening out a boss fight. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I'm not sure what the entire chocolate field part was. That was a bit of a fever dream, but I guess the entire part of Nunaria was kind of like used to push Artoria's character a bit, you know, kind of give her a bit of a push, give her a bit of confidence. Any aspect you found especially interesting? The mural, probably the most interesting. That's probably the thing that I'm most interested in. The entire history and shit. Everything to do with like the what's it called? Let me check. The Fey era, the pre-Morgan. Everything to do with the Fey era, I really want to know more about. Holy shit, there's a lot of new things. Caterpillar War. Tumbling Gawain. Yeah. I'm thinking back, what did Morgan... I mean, the entire Morgan situation was obviously exactly what we would expect for it to be, right? Us going up there, being like, hey, can we get a Rongominiad? And her being like, no, you're gonna have to fight me for it. That's basically about what you would expect from it. So we'll see how it's gonna go. Where's Mash? In Morgan's dungeon. In Morgan's dungeon. Right? So yeah, we'll see. The interesting thing as well with what Morgan said is that she can't hurt her, right? Which is interesting. Obviously seems like the Galahad powers doing God's work there. We'll see exactly what's happening there. I do want to see more of Mash though. I really want to see more of Mash. Like solo without us. Because I think that was one of the most interesting parts of part 1 was seeing Mash develop without us. So I hope we get to see more of that. Right? And she's not just gonna be kept in the dungeon until we get to rescue her. Right? That would be kind of lame. I do want to see her actually like have her own arc here. We'll see though. We'll see. I also wanna, I don't know, I wanna see more of Arturia as a character as well. Because this jump in confidence here felt a bit sudden, but I don't know, it felt like it was like just them talking for a bit, reminiscing for a bit, and then suddenly she has a lot more confidence. I wanna see a bit more of her character and stuff. But I'm sure we will. I'm sure we'll see more. There's still a lot of story left, so there's time. There's definitely time. Also want to know what like Oberon's all about, because like there's no way that he's that surface level of a character. I'm sure there's something that there's a lot more to him. He definitely has a lot of sassy stuff that he does and says, so I want to see what exactly he's all about, you know? no one was really driving her to be more active. She was, but also it did feel like that was like a big jump from like a conversation that they had there. It felt a tiny bit fast for that kind of development, but it's not like she 180'd or anything along those lines. It's fine. I just want to see more of it, like, you know, I want to see her character progress more in real time as opposed to like jumping through it. We'll see though. We'll see. We're not even in the attic yet? Yeah, I know. That's what I'm excited for it. I'm sure we're gonna get a bunch of story from here on out. There's still a lot of it left. It's not just boss fights, even though a lot of it is boss fights. Yeah. We'll see. I'm sure it's gonna be fun. I just want to know more about, you know, the time lean. That's also an interesting part that I really liked. The entire past of the time lean, how they can't remember the names of, or the name of the time lean that was alongside Ash, right? That's kind of cool. Kind of reminds me of Jack the Ripper and stuff, you know, how nobody can remember Jack the Ripper's face even after they see it. Kind of reminds me of that, but we'll see what that's all about as well. And yeah, the entire mural and stuff, that's awesome. And that's gonna be fun as well. I'm excited for that. I wanna see the history, all of the religion and things like that they were talking about. That sounds awesome. Assassin, that's what I mean, yeah. Information erasure, yeah. Yeah. Anyways, that's gonna be it. There should be a late stream tomorrow if everything goes according to plan. Late and probably a short-ish stream because of it tomorrow. Yeah, and we are gonna be going into the first boss fights. I believe the next section, let me check. The next section has 3 boss fights. Arrow 2, 3, 4. So we do have quite a few boss fights. I don't know what they're gonna be like. So far the bosses haven't been tough, but that's always how a Lost Belt begins, right? The difficulty scales as you go on, so I'm excited for it. I think it's gonna be fun. As long as it's, well, as long as it's not too gimmicky and shit. So the plan for this week, yeah. So tomorrow, late stream, if everything goes according to plan, and then obviously Thursday no stream, and then Friday late stream, if everything goes according to plan. Sunday should be a stream, hopefully. Yeah, Sunday should be a stream as well. Hopefully normal time as well. That's the plan for this week. But as always, subject to change. So be in the Discord if you want to be notified about those changes. Yeah. And I'm gonna farm a bit of the Valentine event now, because I am getting there. I'm getting close to clearing it out. So yeah. Thank you guys for joining, and we'll see you guys most likely tomorrow. We'll see you guys likely tomorrow. So see you guys then. Bye.